Welcome inside AT&T Stadium, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. It is once again time for the Class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl as we bring you action from some of the best high school football players in the country as they play one final high school football game here in Jerry's World, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Castle alongside former NFL receiver Jesse Holley. We'll check in with the third member of our broadcast team, Jada Teague, downstairs in just a moment. Jesse, good to be with you once again. Should be another exciting Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. These are always fun games to watch. And somebody out here is going to make a name for themselves, someone who is maybe not quite as heralded or quite as known. They're going to get known here today and possibly go on to play college football.
Absolutely, and Happy New Year to everyone at home listening. I always get excited about these games because you get a chance to see these young student athletes have an opportunity in this all-star game to showcase their skills, and in a place where, as an adult, as someone who's played 3 seasons at AT&T Stadium, you dream about playing, and these kids get an opportunity to come out here and play the game that they love. I was walking upstairs, and I was the quarterbacks were sitting there, and they said a good friend of mine, Seneca Wallace, is their quarterback coach, and he said, "Do you have any words of encouragement for them?" And I said, "Have fun. This is football. This is what you've been doing since you've been a young child. It doesn't change. Don't complicate it. Just go out here and do what you've been known to do your entire life." And today, I hope they go out there and everyone has a fantastic game and some stars get discovered.
That certainly happened here back in December in the first of the Class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowls. That was a 36-17 win for Team East that day here at AT&T Stadium. Ken Stills, the coach of Team East, leading his team to the 19-point victory. The offensive MVP in that game was Shane Ham, the Dayton commit, who had 3 total touchdowns, including an 87-yard touchdown pass to Asian Burt. The defensive MVP was the Sam Houston State commit, Braden Howell, the defensive lineman for Team West, who had 3 sacks in that particular game. You just saw Team West come out of the tunnel here at AT&T Stadium. They're wearing the gray jerseys here today, and Team East is wearing the blue jerseys over there on the far side as you see it here on the Impact Football Network. We're glad to have you with us. Whenever you may be accessing our broadcast, it may be the same week as the game, or it might be a little bit later on. Maybe you're looking to fill out your college football roster in preparation for the 2021 season, and if so, you're going to see a lot of things to like about these players here today. And so we're happy to have you with us as the captains meet out at midfield for the coin toss. And for Team West, it will be number 40, Jake St. Andre, the linebacker, 6'1", 220 pounds, from Houghton High School in Louisiana. He is a Louisiana Lafayette commit. And for Team East, number 70, their offensive lineman, Reed Gavin, who has signed to play with South Alabama out of South Jones High School in Mississippi. Reed is 6'4", 320 pounds. And you know, Jesse, Reed for Team Blue, Reed Gavin, and then Jake St. Andre for Team West. Those are just 2 guys who have already signed to play college football, but there's plenty of guys like them in this ball game as we will pause for the national anthem here inside AT&T Stadium. We're glad to have you with us. We're just moments away from the opening kickoff of this Class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. All right, the national anthem just concluding here at AT&T Stadium alongside Jesse Hawley. I'm Ryan Castle. We're just moments away from the opening kickoff of today's game. It'll be Team East in the blue jerseys taking on Team West in the gray jerseys. Ken Stills, the head coach of Team East, and George Teague, the former Cowboy and Packer, the head coach of Team West.
And Ryan, to your point that you were making earlier, some of these young men have already signed college letter of intent, and there'll be more here today that we'll find out will sign later on. The biggest thing, and a lot of these kids, like myself, had dreams and aspirations of playing at the next level. But the thing that is so critical and so important is that you get a college education. And one thing I was so grateful for was to be able to go to school and to have my education paid for, so that whether I made it to the National Football League or didn't, I didn't have that burden of debt on my back when I graduated college. And so getting a chance to not only play football at the next level, but also get a free education. And the one thing that I do know is true, and you can look across the landscape of the National Football League, if you have talent, if you have the ability to play on Sundays, they will find you. You don't have to go to the Alabamas or the Clemson. Yes, those are nice. But every university across every city and state in the country, scouts go and look at these athletes. So, you know, just keep that in mind when you're thinking about where a lot of these kids want to go to school and will go to school.
That's a great point, Jesse. I'll add something to that after the opening kickoff, as Team West will kick it deep. Brinson Sumner is their place kicker today. Left-footed kicker sends one high and deep, and this will bounce up. Here comes the return from Tyron Goodley, and Goodley trying to make a play will not make it back to the 10-yard line. Dropped on special teams, back at around the 7, as that kick went over his head, and it was sort of downhill from there. And to add on to your point, Jesse, I think it's a great point. The other point I would add to it is that it's not necessarily about what level you go to play for. It's not about getting to the FBS or even the FCS. It's Division II, Division III guys who routinely show up on NFL rosters. And again, you know, I just want to reiterate your point that even if you don't end up on an NFL roster, the fact that you can get your school paid for is such a huge benefit and asset to a young man moving forward in his life. And I know it's something that is certainly at the heart and spirit of this game for CEO Gus Bell, as the first play from scrimmage is a big one for Team East, and it will be a 96-yard touchdown on the game's first play. Jamichael McGoy out of Boyd Buchanan High School in Tennessee, 94 yards on the little pitch, and he was basically untouched.
Wow, what an opening play. We've done this game a couple times now, and you know, you always get excited for plays like that. A little trickery they had, a little reverse, and turned the corner, and you said it went untouched, 95 yards for the touchdown. That's a great opening play, great opening call, great opening run. This game has a feeling of it's going to be one that we definitely remember.
Wow. 24 seconds into the game, a long touchdown run by Jamichael McGoy, right now being looked at by several schools in the Ohio Valley Conference. He's got 8 offers to his credit and may have just cashed in a couple more with that big 94-yard run. 7-0 East. We're back to AT&T Stadium in a moment.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Well, I hope you're not joining late, although I guess that wouldn't be very possible since this is a tape-delayed broadcast. I guess I should say, I hope you didn't fast forward too far, because we already have our first score of the game. Team East with a big, long touchdown run by Jamichael McGoy, 94 yards to get us underway. Michael Long tacking on the extra point. And just like that, Team East will now kick off to Team West here at AT&T Stadium. So here's Michael Long, who just had that extra point, and his kick is a line drive. Here's the return from the 5-yard line. Up the right side, Elijah Reed will be spilled at around the 15-yard line.
And you'll hear me speak on this a lot during this game, how important and critical special teams are. I mean, though you're talking about getting to the next level, those are jobs that teams look for is a guy who can play all 4 special teams: punt, punt return, kickoff, and kickoff return. So you think about these all-star games, and yes, opening touchdown on the reverse, those are great, those are fine. But guys, fill out rosters with who is committed to running down on kickoff, to making the blocks on kickoff return, doing the same for punt and punt return. So special teams they call it special teams for a reason.
So here we go, the second offensive play of the game. The first one for Team West is a handoff over the left tackle, and it's a good run on first down for Connor Eyes. Eyes will get up close to the 20-yard line, fighting hard for a few extra yards, and a gain of 4 on first down. Eyes from Legend High School in Colorado. And, back to your point about special teams, Jesse, I talked to Reggie Young, who is here coaching the defensive backs for Team West this week in Arlington, and just asked him, have you ever had a player in a blue-gray game just flat turn you down to play special teams and say, no, I've never played special teams, I'm just not going to do that? And I was saddened to hear that he did say, yes, I've had players say, I'm not going to play special teams this week. And I just think that's such a blown opportunity for a player to say something like that they wouldn't be interested in playing special teams. There's been a lot of guys, and I'm sure you know many of them, that have made a living playing kickoff and kickoff return, punt and punt return. And that's maybe all they do on a roster. But that is a necessary component to a team. And in fact, it's a very important part of a team.
Right, it's my career, okay? I played 4.5 years in the National Football League, and the majority of what I did, yes, my position was wide receiver, but I was a special teams core guy.
On third down, Team West back to throw, and a little dump off into the flats. Nice play made defensively by Team East. They're going to force the 3 and out. The quarterback for Team West on this possession was Lim Wash out of Derby High School in Kansas. He is a Tennessee Tech commit. And that third down swing pass actually went for a loss back to the 18-yard line, so it'll be time to punt here for Team West. What a good start for the East team and head coach Ken Stills. A one-play touchdown drive to get us going, and then the defense forces a 3 and out.
And that's good to see early on from the defense. These teams don't have much time to practice. These coaches don't have much time with these players. So getting them to understand concepts and schemes and getting them in the right place to come out here and play tonight is a special feat.
Boy, look at that special teams tackle right there. Ty Marsh, the 3-star defensive back from right here in the Metroplex, played at Denton Ryan High School, and not 3 days ago, Jesse, he was here on this field playing in a state title game for Denton Ryan, and they won that game 59-14 to cap off an undefeated season. Great special teams play made by him right there. Still uncommitted, the 3-star out of Denton Ryan High School, Ty Marsh.
Undefeated season, state championship season, doesn't happen without guys like that who play special teams.
And he actually won Defensive Most Valuable Player in that game, had an interception, a forced fumble, and multiple pass breakups in their win over Cedar Park in the 5A Division I state championship game.
Number 29, Tate Sauerwein.
And on first down, Team East gives the ball off to Tate Sauerwein out of Lake Holcomb High School in Wisconsin. Sauerwein with a gain of 4 on first down. And some miscommunication here. They run option, they do pitch it, and a nice play made by Devin Mockabee, the running back for Team East. He'll get close to a first down. Colt Fussell is the quarterback right now for Team East. He is a 6'2", 190-pound quarterback out of Williams High School in North Carolina. And it's third down and short now for Team East. They'll go slot to the left with 2 running backs and Fussell under center. Quarterback sneak straight ahead. And it looks like, based on the spot on the far side, that will be enough for an East first down. So I like the play call there. You don't oftentimes see the quarterback come under center in these blue-gray football games, but that was something that Ken Stills had some time to install over the course of 2 3-hour practices. And it yields a first down here for Team East up to their 48-yard line.
Think about that. 2 3-hour practices, and these guys are ready to play a game. Wow.
Quick slant, and that pass deflected away, incomplete. Covered on the play, Remington Shamonitz from Paxton High School in Nebraska was really the closest player to that football. It'll be 2nd and 10. And that's perhaps one of the most difficult aspects of this game is that chemistry between the receivers
it's a great day
and the
here
quarterback.
At the AT&T Stadium, here at the Blue-Gray All-American football game. I saw the guys warming up earlier, and they seem super excited to be here. Right now, the East Side is up 7-0, and I talked to the head coach earlier of the East Side, Ken Stills, and he said that it is an honor to be out here on MLK Day, celebrating with the guys and giving back to the players. Back to you guys.
Okay, that's Jada Teague, the 3rd member of our broadcast team, and talking to Ken Stills prior to the game. My guess, Jesse, is that she also talked to the head coach of the West. That'd be George Teague, her dad.
Maybe at breakfast, maybe on a ride over.
Yeah, maybe a few times over the course of the last, 20-some-odd years. And back to throw is Fussell, dumps it off into the right flat, a completed pass. Not much of a gain here for Team East. The pass was caught by Jamichael McGoy, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Team East at the West 46-yard line. Looks like they'll punt the ball away. And we are out here on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Happy to honor his life and legacy and everything that he did to instill change. And we celebrate the changes that have been made while also lamenting the progress that still remains to be achieved in that area. And there's the punt high, and that will bounce at the 10-yard line and go. Let's see here what they're going to call. They're going to say it went out of bounds at the 1-yard line. That was tough to tell, Jesse. They don't have the pylons down here at AT&T Stadium, so tough to see if that went into the end zone or out of bounds, but they call it out at the 1-yard line, and that is a fabulous punt by Connor Wesselman out of Westminster High School in Georgia to pin Team West deep inside their own territory.
And you'll hear Ryan say it all day long. All these kids come from all over the country, right? They got it from Texas and California and Louisiana and Ohio and Florida and Georgia. And it's just a testament of just how deep football runs all across the country and just how much talent is out there. Wow.
So Team West now in an unenviable situation, starting this drive inside their own 1-yard line. A.J. Skaggs is the quarterback, and he hands it off on 1st down. And it's a pretty nice run out of their own end zone. Ethan Heitch got the carry, and he'll get it out to the 5.
A positive run. You kind of just want to get out of the end zone so that you're not standing in the end zone. Give yourself some breathing room. So now you can dial up a passing play where your drop back won't lead you so far into the end zone, which can lead to some other things happening. Safeties, you don't want holding in the end zone. That'll lead to a safety. So give themselves some breathing room and see if they can't come up with a play to get a first down.
Skaggs will be in the pistol on 2nd down and 7. And again, another handoff, this time to Heitch behind the left guard. And carries it across the 5 up to the 6 for a gain of 2. 3rd down coming up for Team West. 7-0 East. We play with about 10.5 remaining in the first quarter. And the touchdown on the game's first play by Jamichael McGoy, a 94-yard touchdown reception actually on the little pitch ahead. I guess it was a pitch back, so probably a rushing touchdown, but either way, an impressive run by McGoy to go untouched for 94 yards. Now a 3rd down and 5. And Skaggs will not be able to get this play off the ground. We have a false start That will move Team West back half the distance to their own goal line.
All-star called against the West.
Something that will drive coaches, I don't care what level it is, high school, college, professional level, that drive coaches through the roof, pre-snap penalties. When you got pre-snap penalties, you know the snap count. You were in the huddle, you heard the call. And so when you have pre-snap penalties, that drives coaches crazy, and it's a drive killer. And now you're backed up. And well, the one place you don't want to be is backed up with a 3rd and long.
It's 3rd down and 8, and they are pumping crowd noise into the stadium, but not that much. Here's a quick out to the right. Pass is caught. It's a 1st down up at the 15-yard line as the catch was made by Remington Shimonitz. A great catch by him and a very nice throw as well by A.J. Skaggs. And that does several things, Jesse. It gets them out from their own end zone, and it also gives them a fresh set of downs. It'll be 1st down up at their 16.
And that's the thing about when you're starting back, the first thing you want to do is how can we get a 1st down? First downs are quintessential to drive starters. If you can get a 1st down, now you give yourself an ability to get a drive going.
And this is a quarterback run here by A.J. Skaggs. Skaggs will get back to the line of scrimmage, and that will be all. And we have a correction to give you. 21 for the West is Jake Trice. He's sort of been moved around a few times this week in Arlington, but it's actually Jake Trice who has made that catch for the 1st down. So he's got a couple of catches now in the game. Jake Trice out of Tecumseh High School in Oklahoma. Skaggs back to throw, has a clean pocket, and goes out to the right, incomplete. Good coverage on the play there by Team East. Number 42, Cooper Allen out of Centennial High School in Tennessee. Had good tight coverage, and here comes 3rd down and 10 now for Team West.
And just trying to find chemistry with the quarterback and his receivers. Again, 2-3 hour practices these young men had trying to get themselves ready to play in a football game with some high stakes, because people are watching. And so being able to get that chemistry and to find that rhythm with your quarterback is going to be key and crucial for you to have the most success you can in the game.
So another big 3rd down here for Team West. Skaggs feels pressure, dumps it off in the right flat. Pass is caught, a 1st down and more into the 2nd level. And this is Ethan Heitch with a 1st down off the catch in the right flat. The second big 3rd down conversion by Team West on this drive, and this one gets them up to the 40-yard line.
Great call by Seneca Wallace on that one, allowing that defense, using the defense aggressiveness against them. They rush upfield, and no one picked it back up. He snuck out a little screen play, get a blocker out in front, pick up a huge 3rd down. Again, 3rd downs, converting 3rd downs into 1st downs, those were the things that you gain rhythm with and you keep drive alive, and they've done 2 on this drive so far.
So they're up at their 40 now with 2 running backs, and they're going to hand it off again to Weich. And Weich will spin his way through the line, get up to the 45-yard line for a gain of 5. Pretty good point of attack blocking there by the West's offensive line. One of the guys up there, Ezekiel Negrete out of Weslaco East High School here in Texas, 6'2", 270 pounds. Shea Albrecht out there right now as well from Orono High School in Minnesota. It's 61 degrees here today in Arlington, probably a bit more mild than it is in Orono, Minnesota, I would guess. And here's a nice pressure up the middle. Skaggs is sacked. Back at the 35-yard line, Ashton Chavis got his arms around the quarterback and is going to set up another 3rd down and long. 3rd and 14 coming up here for Team West.
Yeah, when you have those pass plays that go 10-plus yards, you need a little extra time, right? You need your back to step up, hold that block just a little while longer so that the quarterback can survey the land and find a pocket to throw the ball in. He didn't hold the block up that well, led to a sack now. They're back to 3rd and long again. I don't know how many of these 3rd and long they can continue to convert, but here we are again, and we'll see what Coach Wallace has dialed up on this 3rd down.
Skaggs in the gun. 4 receivers, back to throw. Has time now. He's going to go deep down the near side. Trice, and it's deflected away and incomplete. Nice play on the back end by Tyron Goodley out of Crowley High School in Louisiana. And Jesse, if he doesn't make that play, Trice is walking into the end zone right now for a touchdown.
Absolutely. And what a great play that was, being able to run with your receiver, press him to the sideline. And the key thing is getting your head turned around, finding where the ball is at, locating the ball, and deflecting it away. He did a great job, and with that play, he didn't end up on Randy Moss's favorite segment, You Got Mossed.
Pretty nice throw by Skaggs. Just a better defensive play made there by Goodley. And now the punt by Logan Ort, and it's a chance to return here for Team East, and it's Goodley who just made that pass breakup on the return up to the 22-yard line. So the East team will start with a 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line, leading 7-0. We're just about over halfway through this first quarter. Ryan Castle alongside Jesse Hawley. We'll be checking in downstairs throughout the afternoon with Jada Teague as well.
One of the things that a lot of these young athletes, they're getting a chance to do, they're getting a chance to be coached by former NFL players. So they're getting knowledge from the pro level that's helping them out in this game today.
There's an option play to the left and a dangerous toss behind the running back. That was Joe Green, or I beg your pardon, Will Meadows, the running back out of Meigs County High School in Tennessee. And he did a nice job just to fall back on that football, but it's a huge loss here for Team East. It's going to back them up to their 14-yard line, a loss of 9 on that play. And in at quarterback now for Team East is Seth Smith, who's got 3 or 4 offers from Conference USA schools out of Spartanburg High School in South Carolina. And he'll go back to throw on 2nd and 19. Fade pass down the left sideline, and that is caught as it inbounds. Yes, it is, and a nice catch indeed by Jackson Young, or Tate Sauerwein. Yeah, Tate Sauerwein, the running back, with the catch, and that was a well-thrown ball there by Seth Smith.
Absolutely. He set his feet and got an opportunity to let that ball fly. The receiver did a really good job. But we're going to go down to Jada on the field.
I'm here with Jamichael McCoy. You scored the first touchdown of the game. Tell me how that felt.
It felt great. It felt amazing. You know, my blocking was great. I saw the hole open and I ran.
So we hear that you've been recruited by a lot of Ohio Valley conferences. Tell me how that feels.
It feels great. I'm thankful for every coach to give me the opportunity to play ball at the next level. See where I commit soon.
We're excited to see where you go as well. Back up to you guys.
All right, Jada, thanks very much. And whoever ends up getting Jamichael McCoy is getting a great athlete. And from that interview, a great young man as well. Here's a nice pass down the left side, broken up on the back end. Playing center field from the safety spot, Johnny Breeden out of Frisco Memorial High School here in Texas. He's part of the first graduating class for the Warriors and made a nice play there to break up that pass. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. By the way, that last pass catch by Tate Sauerwein erased what was a 2nd down and 19. That was a huge play for Team East as they were way behind schedule. And a nice throw by Seth Smith, the catch by Tate Sauerwein. And while we were downstairs with Jada, a false start penalty was called on Team East. That's why it's 2nd and 15 here. And Smith will hand off right up the middle, not much running room. On the carry, Jason Howard out of Graham High School in Ohio, and he's going to be met rudely at the line of scrimmage. Going to get a couple of yards on forward progress to set up 3rd down and 13.
When you're talking about down and distance, man, 3rd down and 13 is one of those spots where you kind of let the defense know, hey, you have nothing to do but to pass. So we're going to set our defense up to be able to say, keep everything in front of you, nothing gets behind you, and we're gonna come up and rally and tackle and see if we can't get our defense off the field.
Long third downs have been the name of the game so far for both teams. Here's Smith throwing out left, incomplete. That's actually Jackson Young, the receiver from Geneva School of Bernie. And it's going to be fourth down. So we apologize for that. Two number 29s right now. Jackson Young is the receiver from Geneva School of Bernie, and he was the intended receiver on that. He also made the over-the-shoulder catch earlier that got them out of the second down and 19. But now fourth down, and it's time to punt for Team East. Very high, spiraling, deep punt, and this is going to be muffed out of bounds. That is an incredible punt by Team East. Number 27, Connor Wesselman, with his second incredible punt of the day. Earlier, he pinned down Team West inside their own 1, and here he flip-flops the field, and it's going to be out of bounds at the 11. What a weapon.
Wow, that is definitely a weapon. And when you make a team have to travel 95 yards, it's to travel 95 yards, it really does something for your defense. You can call a different defense. You can be a little bit more aggressive because they have such a long way to go.
So now first down for Team West from their own 11-yard line, trailing 7-0, and the snap goes over the head of the quarterback and will be a safety. Well, that right there, Jesse, is exactly why a punter like Wesselman is so important, because if the punt does not go as far as it did, that play is not possible. As you take a look at the replay, that snap just unretrievable from the West quarterback, Cannon Williams. And so 2 points awarded to the East, and they will get the football back. That's a huge momentum-shifting play in this game right here.
Absolutely huge. And again, this goes back to rhythm, knowing your quarterbacks, quarterback-center exchange, 2-3 hour practices. So you're going to have these little mistakes. But to your point, Ryan, because of that punt and where the punt was placed, you back the team up, and now any little mistake becomes magnified because of where they're located on their side of the field. A very similar play that we saw the other day in the NFL game, Pittsburgh Steelers last week. With Ben Roethlisberger, ball sails over his head by the center, and it turned to a safety, and that opened up the floodgates for the Cleveland Browns to go ahead and win that game.
So here's the kickoff by Team West, and Team East will have good starting field position. Here's the return by Tyron Goodley, and he lost the ball.
Down.
He lost the football. There is a penalty flag down, and Team West appears to have recovered the fumble. It's recovered on the play by Garrison Smitherman out of Lubbock Cooper High School here in Texas. We'll have to wait and see what the penalty flag is, but usually, Jesse, that's against the receiving team. And we just got done talking about momentum-shifting plays. How about one right after the other there as the fumble is recovered by Team West?
The football gods giveth, and the football god taketh away. They just got a safety on a turnover and then come right back down and give the ball right back. That ball is not round, it's oblong, and it will bounce funny on you all over the field.
So now Team West all of a sudden with a chance to get right back in this football game. And they're going to allow, rightly here, Cannon Williams to go right back out there and play quarterback. A fitting name for a QB, Cannon Williams from Harlan High School here in Texas. He is a University of Incarnate Word signee. And the play clock winding down here. Coach George Teague, I believe, calling for a timeout to avoid the penalty. 4:48 remaining in the first quarter. The East leading 9-0 here at AT&T Stadium. And let's actually keep it here instead of taking a break. It looks like they did assess a penalty there for delay of game. And so no timeout for Team West. I never saw a penalty flag, but it's going to be 1st and 15. So Williams in the pistol, has a running back to his left shoulder. He's going to hand off to Ty Collins, and Collins out of North Forney High School into the second level has a first down and a gain of 17. Collins, the Nevada signee, shows his explosive ability right there.
What a great block by the right tackle, number 73. It was a gaping hole for the running back to run through. You know, even in my old age, I could have run through that hole and maybe picked up 4 or 5 yards.
Oh, come on. You could have gotten at least 7.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
That right tackle, by the way, is Logan Clough and Percy, who is out of Rockwall High School right here in the Metroplex. Handoff again to Collins, started right, turns left. And again, another nice run by Ty Collins out of North Forney High School. One of the best running backs in the DFW Metroplex in the 2020 season. And he picks up 4. It'll be second down coming up.
And you saw the vision. The play started right, and he saw the hole open up on the backside, and one step cut, got to the backside, and picked up some positive yards. That's one of the things that you love to see with a running back. How good is his vision? Because sometimes you can have a play designed to the right, to the front side, and that hole opens up to the backside. Can he put his foot in the ground and get there? And you saw that in that last play.
Joel Serrano, the other running back in the backfield with Williams, and he's going to take the pass in the right flat with blocking in front. Serrano down inside the 5. Well-designed play and good blocking at the point of attack, and Joel Serrano with the catch. It'll be first and goal.
Another great screen call by Coach Wallace, allowing those linemen to get their blocks, set their blocks a little bit downfield, getting the ball out to the runner, getting them in space. And when you can do that, the funny thing is when those big guys get out there in that space, those cornerbacks and safeties, they want no part to step in front of those big guys. They kind of just lay down and let them run over them and hope that the cavalry is coming to save them.
That's pretty much exactly what happened on that play. And now first and goal, Williams will run it as the quarterback and be taken down at the 2. It'll be second and goal. The West trying to cash in the East turnover on the punt return. 9-0, Team East with the lead as we come upon 3.5 to play here in this first quarter at AT&T Stadium. Such a unique opportunity. The only high school All-American game played inside NFL stadiums is the one you're watching right now.
And would you say this is the best NFL stadium? I would.
I don't think there's any question. Williams, the quarterback, walks to the end zone for the touchdown. And the West is right back in this game. Cannon Williams leads them right down the field. Couple of big runs by Ty Collins mixed in there as well, and the extra point can make it a 2-point game. Over the years, the Blue-Gray football game has been played in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, at whatever in the world the Jacksonville Stadium is called now, the Oakland Coliseum, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, NRG Stadium in Houston. Now, I'll admit, Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta is pretty nice. It's not AT&T. The extra point is up and good from Brinson Sumner, and we've got ourselves a ball game. 3:02 left in the first quarter. The East still leading 9-7 at AT&T Stadium.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Good ideas catch on fast. Good clean food, even faster. Now delivering for lunch and dinner. Panera, food as it should be.
Back here in Arlington, I'm Ryan Castle alongside Jesse Hawley and Jada Teague. 9-7, Team East still with the lead, but a momentum shifter over the last few minutes as Team East fumbled on a punt. It was recovered by Team West, and they go right down and score behind the leadership at the quarterback position of Cannon Williams, who runs it in from 2 yards out. And now the ensuing kickoff from Brinson Sumner and Team West. Beautiful day here in Arlington, Texas. As we mentioned, the game time temperatures in the low 60s. And the sun beaming in the windows here at Jerry's World as the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Team East now, Jesse, has a little bit of responding to do after leading 9-0, looking to be in control of this football game. And we'll see how they respond mentally to making the first big mistake of this game.
And turnovers are killers. You know, when you turn the ball over on special teams, I mean, you don't give your team a chance to respond. So we'll see what they do with this drive.
Michael Rich is the quarterback here for Team East on first down from the 25-yard line, and a handoff and a nice run across the 35-yard line by Kevin May, running back out of St. Joseph High School in Mississippi. May is only 5'10", 195, but showed good strength there. And a 12-yard gain and a first down for Team East.
Not a bad start right there.
Two running backs for Michael Rich in the backfield. He'll take the snap and he'll hand off on first down. And up across the 40 to about the 42-yard line.
Number 26, Jameer Gibbs.
It was Jameer Gibbs on the carry out of East Rutherford High School in North Carolina. 6'1", 200 pound.
You realize just how much the game of football has evolved. And you watch these games and college games and some even pro teams and how much they do out of the shotgun.
Well, here's another low snap, this time for Team East. And Kevin May will recover it, but it's going to be a huge loss here for the East. And that most basic of football plays, that quarterback center exchange, has gone awry on two occasions, one for each side. The one for Team West led to 2 points for the East team. Here it's a loss of 13 yards. 3rd and 18. Slot to the left, Rich back to throw. Across the middle, high and nearly intercepted, and that was Ty Marsh, who had one right in the breadbasket. That's a play that he's going to make 99 times out of 100. Incomplete.
You know what they say about why certain guys play DB, right?
Yes, I do. It's because they are really good at catching the ball.
No.
Oh, sorry, that's not it.
No.
It's the opposite of that.
The opposite. And you just saw it right there. Great play by Marsh, being where he's supposed to be. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with the catch.
And this punt by Team East is fielded by Marsh. He came up on the dead run, sort of a dangerous play. As Connor Wesselman got off the punt, and Marsh going to be lucky to escape with his life there. His helmet actually came off, and he's a bit shaken up on the play. We'll have to wait and see what that means for him moving forward. But 1:35 remaining in the first quarter. Team West with the football back. They scored a touchdown on their last possession and looked good defensively there, forcing the punt from Team East.
And then we have to remind folks at home about is there's constantly a rotation going on. New linemen are coming in, new backs, new quarterbacks, new receivers, every single series, sometimes during the series. So when you see high snaps, low snaps, some miscommunications, because a lot of these guys are getting, subbed in and out of the game. And so that's why sometimes the communication isn't there.
Lim Wash, the quarterback for Team West, trying to run it himself behind the left tackle. And he is wrestled to the ground by Mark Anthony Prescott, a Princeton signee out of Rossview High School in Tennessee. Loss of 2 there for the quarterback Lim Wash on the keeper, 2nd and 12.
Princeton, huh? My SATs would have never made it there.
Neither would a lot of people's. You're okay. Trust me. 2nd and 12. Wash in the gun with a running back to his right. And before this play, timeout called by Team East with 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. 9-7, a good one right now at AT&T Stadium. We're back in a moment.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an Old Town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
We're back at AT&T Stadium. 9-7 is the East lead right now. Team West with the football. 2nd down and 12 out of this timeout. Team East just called for its first timeout of the half. And so we're getting a chance right now to look at Lim Wash, number 15, the quarterback at 5'11", 205 out of Derby High School in Kansas. And he's lined up now in the pistol. Motions the running back now to his right shoulder. And they're going to pitch it on 2nd down. And a nice job to cut up the field and get into the second level. Gets into East territory. It was Andrew Nairbass on that carry. And a good one to set up 3rd down and 2. Andrew Nairbass, the running back out of Sherman High School here in Texas. He transferred into Sherman in the latter part of his high school career. Wash takes the snap, hands off again to Nairbass, and Nairbass is going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage. Needed 2 and got nothing and liked it. And in to make the tackle for Team East was Jeremiah Brown out of Lincoln High School in Florida. He's a Jackson State signee going to play for Deion Sanders. And he made a nice play right there to end the drive for Team West. That'll be the end of the first quarter. It's the East 9 and the West 7, the class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. Will return in just a moment to AT&T Stadium.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever with 400 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing and plenty of room for crew and cargo. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Well, on 4th down, it'll be time to punt for Team West. It'll be Logan Ort, the punter out of New Philadelphia High School in Ohio, to do the punting here. And we had a timeout prior to the play. So the second quarter not quite underway with the East leading at 9-7. And you know, Jesse, I had a thought earlier. Here at AT&T Stadium, while the game is going on, they play highlights from events that have taken place here at the stadium. And one event in the rotation is this year's Cotton Bowl, played between Oklahoma and Florida. And I always find the story of Florida quarterback Kyle Trask to be a fascinating one. A guy that played at Manville High School here in the state of Texas, did not even start for his football team in high school, and yet received one scholarship offer to play at Florida, and this year was a Heisman finalist. It just goes to show you that some guys are just late bloomers or don't get exposed maybe as early as other guys, and you keep fighting and scrapping and clawing, and good things are going to happen. And here's again the punt by Team West, and a fair catch called for and made at about the 18-yard line by Tyron Goodley and Team East.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And a testament to Kyle for someone who continues to believe in himself. And I think the most important thing is the work ethic. It's when you're overlooked. It's when you're passed by. Are you still willing to put in the work? Because opportunity will come. Will you be ready? And if you don't put the work in, it'll show. But when you put it in, you're rewarded how he's been rewarded in this season. And this is someone who went from probably not being drafted at all, coming into college, to leaving now and probably be drafted somewhere in the 1st or 2nd round.
No question. And Heisman finalist, even though Florida did not win that game against Oklahoma. Such a testament to him. He was down deep on the depth chart at Florida there behind Felipe Franks and several others for a time at Florida. And then, as you said, just kind of bided his time, kept working hard, kept doing what the coaches asked him to do, and ended up the starter, took advantage of the opportunity that he had to play and made the most of it. And here's a pitch on second down. It's Colt Fussell in the game right now as the quarterback for Team East. He's from Williams High School in North Carolina. And it's going to be third down coming up for Team East, and Coach Ken Stills, offensive coordinator Rodney Beasley. Let's see what they draw up here on third down and 3.
Bottom of your screen, you get a lot of field out here. Safeties are down low. I try to work the bottom part of the field.
They go left instead, and the pass is caught, running free. Out towards midfield, Jace Yurdy out of Briarcrest Christian High School in Tennessee. He's a big receiver, Jesse, 6'6", 210, and got behind the defense right there.
What do I know, right? I say work the right wide side of the field. They go, we're going to work the short side of the field. Tight end down the seam, perfect throw, perfect catch, and a huge gain in the first down for Team East.
It was Isaac Singleton who had to retreat to make the tackle. And a good play by Yurdy to get the step, and then the throw by Fussell for the first down. Now Fussell will roll to his right, looking downfield, throws on the run. That pass is caught by Yurdy, hanging on as he's ridden out of bounds. Covered on the play by Jaquise Goff, and Goff unable to wrestle him the ball out. It'll be another first down here for Team East, unless we have a penalty. Oh, did they call it incomplete? Maybe he did not hold on, as I originally thought. So 2nd and 10.
They called it incomplete?
Yeah, called it incomplete. So a good effort there by Yurdy, just not able to hold on evidently. Fussell in the pocket, feels some pressure. Again, will roll to his right. And this time we'll just look to tuck it and run and gain what he can up to the 40-yard line. Gain of 2 sets up third down and 8. So big play coming up here for Team East. They have a 9-7 lead right now. And we'll be going downstairs here in just a moment to Jada Teague, who's standing by with West quarterback Lim Wash. Here's an end around, big play for Team East into the second level.
They went back to the well again.
It's a nice run by Jamichael McGoy, who had the 94-yard touchdown earlier on that same type of play, and he gets a first down here to the West 30.
The East has done a great job eating up a lot of clock. This has to be the 6th or 7th play of this drive. That wears a defense down, and when a defense wears down, that's when the cracks come, that's when the holes come.
We'll go downstairs to Jada right after this play. Here's another pass to Yurdy that's caught. And let's go downstairs now to Jada.
All right, I'm here with Lim Wash. Go ahead and tell us how it feels to be here playing at the AT&T Stadium.
It's a blessing. It's a great experience because I've never been on an NFL football field yet, played on one. So just the fact that I'm on here getting to play football is great for me.
So we heard that you're committed to Tennessee Tech. Tell us the whole process of making that decision.
Well, the number one thing I looked for in a school to go to for college was just a school that let me play quarterback. You know, with me not being the tallest quarterback, that a lot of people want me to switch this to running back, receiver, safety, but I just wanted to play quarterback, and Tennessee Tech let me do that.
All right, so being here, what is your biggest takeaway that you're going to take with you to the next level?
Just how fast the game is and how everybody's talented. And then Seneca Wallace, George Teague helped me with NFL schemes, NFL plays, and having to learn on the fly. It's just all going to prepare for the next level.
We're excited to see you go to the next level. We'll go ahead and take it back up to you guys.
All right, Jada, thanks very much. And just some astute insight there from Lim Wash on what the next level will look like, getting a little bit of a taste of that here today as Fussell is flushed out of the pocket, has to get rid of it. He was hit as he threw, and a nice play made defensively by Jacob Eyrich of Marks Deniza High School in Arizona to make that hit on Fussell as he was throwing, and it'll be 4th down, 4th and about 3, and so they're going to try a field goal here. Will Team East. Michael Long is their kicker, number 20. This will be a 40-yard attempt from the right hash. You can see they still have the NFL hash marks down here at the stadium, so they are using the college hash marks. Here's the kick by Long. It's got plenty of distance, and it is good. Impressively done by Michael Long out of Southside Christian High School in South Carolina. He adds to the Team East lead and makes it 12-7 here early in the second quarter. We'll return to AT&T Stadium right after this.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Panera's new warm grain bowls are full of good. Full of flavor, color, full of good. So you can be too. Try our new warm grain bowls today. Order now on DoorDash.
40-yard field goal by Michael Long pushes the lead up to 5 for Team East. 13:44 remaining in this first half. And I want to go back to what Lim Wash just said downstairs with our own Jada Teague. Thought that was a very good interview. And one thing that Lim talked about was just the speed of the game as you go up from one level to the next. And Jesse, even in a game such as this, where a lot of these players are playing in a different state for the first time and playing against players who were also the best player on their team and in their respective towns, and that increases the level of difficulty quite a bit, even in a game such as this, and certainly when these players make it to the next level. Is a nice return here for Team West. Penalty flag comes in from the far side as the return comes across the 30-yard line.
Absolutely. I mean, when you take the talent pool and you start plucking guys, the best of the best guys, and you put them on one roster, and you put them in one team, now everything amplifies and magnifies. And the same goes for college. And then the same goes for the pros. And so understanding that the game is now going to become faster, those windows that you had in high school that you won't have in college, the anticipation that you have to throw with in college that you didn't have to maybe throw to in college, you're not going to be the fastest. You're not going to be the strongest. And so now you have to find ways throughout your game that's going to allow you to be the very best, especially going up against competition that you're going up against. And the good ones, they find a way and they succeed. The ones who don't find a way, those are the ones who kind of get cast off. And so understanding that now at a young age already gives you a leg ahead, a step ahead. Your mind is already working, saying, I have to do things at a faster pace than what I did before because the game is evolving and getting faster at the next level.
You know, Team West just had to call a timeout, and we'll keep it here and just keep expounding upon these ideas right now as Team West huddles up. George Teague, their head coach, Seneca Wallace, their offensive coordinator, calling for their first timeout as the play clock was winding down there. And again, you know, I think you said that well, Jesse, and so did Lim Wash, who was just on with us a moment ago. When you get to that next level, either from high school into the college level or from the college level to the NFL or some other professional league, as you mentioned, that talent discrepancy, it shrinks. And so where you have to make up that difference, if you want to be a good player or a great player, is in the mental aspect of the game, in the film room, in the meeting room, where you find the advantages that you can get over your opponent in the mental aspect. And that's something that it appears, just from hearing from Lim Wash for a couple minutes downstairs, he seems to already understand. And that's one thing that I'm not sure a ton of young players do understand, that that's where things start, when you sort of get thrown into this lion's den of, okay, well, all of a sudden I'm not the fastest or the biggest or the strongest guy, and I've got to find other ways to gain an advantage on my opponent. So out of the timeout, Team West will try it again. They're huddling up inside their own 10. They'll scrimmage from the 15-yard line to start this drive.
You just want to get one first down. One first down when you're backed up. Get your drive started. Gives you some momentum. Allows you then to call plays at a different clip than when you're backed up.
And it's A.J. Skaggs back in there at quarterback from Sabino High School in Arizona. And Team West is going to try a trick play of their own. And on the end around, getting the edge is the wide receiver Peyton Rose out of Sterling High School in Colorado. Rose with a first down just as you called for, Jesse. Up to the 28-yard line. So a 13-yard gain on that little trick play from Team West on the end around coming to the near side.
And Team East got caught napping. You know, on every play you got gap assignments and responsibilities. And when you get out of your lanes and you get out of your gaps and you don't do your assignments, plays like that are able to happen to you. And you saw that from Team East, and a huge play by Team West, getting them from being backed up and getting that all-important first down to start their drive.
Skaggs will go back to throw on first down, going to load up and go deep. That pass is caught. It's Jake Trice running free. He's at the 30. They'll not catch him. Jake Trice, touchdown.
Wow.
72 yards.
What a great throw.
And Jake Trice, the receiver out of Tecumseh High School in Oklahoma, we mentioned earlier that he's been rotated around quite a bit this week. Wow. Isn't Team West glad that he ended up on their squad? 72 yards later.
And that particular route, like most routes when you throw the fade ball, was won at the line of scrimmage. He hinted inside, got the cornerback to open up his hips, and when he got through, he stacked the defender. He didn't allow the defender to push him to the sideline and close down that window for the quarterback. The quarterback laid a perfect ball over the top. The DB did not get his head back around, and 72 yards later, Team West is up 14-12.
They have taken their first lead of the game with 13:15 remaining here in the half. We'll return to AT&T Stadium. This is the class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Well, a touchdown pass from A.J. Skaggs to Jake Trice, 72 yards. A big play for Team West to put them in front here early in the second quarter. Skaggs with his first touchdown pass of the game. And now the ensuing kickoff from Brinson Sumner will go out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Team East will now have to respond. They're trailing for the first time in the game, and this is a good, evenly matched game here today in Arlington. Sometimes it's tough. I give a lot of credit to CEO Gus Bell and Director of Media Relations Sean Siglinski. They do a good job as best they can of evening out the talent on these respective teams. Sometimes that's much easier said than done, but it appears like we've got it pretty level here today.
And that's the fun thing. When you come to an all-star game and it's a competitive game, you enjoy being here. You don't like when it's lopsided or one-sided. You want to see a competitive football game for these young men playing out here today.
So first down for Team East in the blue jerseys, and a quick throw out to the left, and that pass is caught. Coming back and having to reach down to grab it was the receiver, Seth Smith, with the completion. It was Jackson Young with the catch, and it's a first down for Team East.
Good play, good body control, being able to stop, reach back, get his hands underneath the ball before it hit the turf, and hauled in the catch.
A 14-yard gain on the first play of the drive. Smith again back to throw, going deep down the left side again to Young, and that pass is caught in some traffic by Jackson Young. Tight coverage on the outside from Remington Shimonitz, the defensive back from Paxton, Nebraska, but a better catch put on there by Jackson Young.
Great throw, great test. If he leads him a little bit more, he hits his head on the goalpost for a touchdown. But way to fight for the ball and make a completion.
There's a quick throw to the left side. Sean Pletcher with his first catch of the game. And Pletcher with a short gain on that first down play. It'll be second down coming up for Team East. Well, both teams are showing the ability to attack down the field in the passing game. That's sometimes that is lacking in these games, but not the case here today, and we haven't seen it from just one or two of the quarterbacks. It's really been from just about all six of them. Here's an option play to the right side. Pitch coming to the near side is Jason Howard, and Howard will cross the 30 and get to the 29-yard line for a gain of 2. Here comes third down for Team East.
Third down.
And you see guys staying home, keeping that outside shoulder free, being able to get up the field and make that option play bubble. When you make that option play bubble, you give your homies, you give your boys behind you, you give the fellas an opportunity to rally to the football, and they did that right there for a big loss.
So third down here. Possible that this is 4-down territory depending on how much they pick up here on this 3rd and 8. Seth Smith, the quarterback out of Spartanburg High School in South Carolina, back to throw on third down. Is going to go deep down the right side, and that's caught across the middle inside the 10. First down for Team East. Sean Pletcher with another catch. It'll be first and goal for Team East as they look to respond and retake the lead here in the second quarter. Back and forth we go at AT&T Stadium. Jason Howard, Will Meadows. The running backs in the backfield with Smith. 3 receivers on first and goal at the 6. Smith the throw across the middle. Incomplete into a lot of traffic. And the pass intended there for Logan Strotz out of Poplar Bluff High School in Missouri. And that a dangerous throw from Seth Smith.
Random fun fact, Seth Smith went to the same high school. Former running back and teammate of mine, Ronnie McGill, went to in Spartanburg, South Carolina, who's now one of the lead scouts for the New England Patriots.
Smith with a play fake again across the middle, and this is Young for the touchdown. Nice throw and a catch on the back end by Jackson Young, and a touchdown for Team East to put them back in front. Well, that's such a tough play to execute if you're Team East, Jesse. The play fake to the running back on the inside, and then the slant to Young running to the post. And it was executed beautifully for the touchdown.
And when you watch that play, the play fake is so important. The play fake is so important because what it does is it drives those safeties and those linebackers to the line of scrimmage, and it opens up that window. It opens up the window for the receiver and the quarterback to throw that slant. That's why that play fake is so important for those guys to step up, so that you have a clear, precise window to deliver and drive that ball in. And Seth Smith did a fantastic job, put it right on the numbers for a touchdown. Team East back up 19-14 in the second quarter.
Well, we've already seen 3 lead changes here this afternoon at AT&T Stadium. We still have over 11 minutes to play in the first half. 19-14, the East back in front. And really both offenses are playing well in this game. We've seen some good throws down the field. The running backs are getting involved. I think really all 6 quarterbacks have done a good job spreading the ball around, which sometimes doesn't happen in games like this. Sometimes those quarterbacks try to hone in on one, maybe two guys, and really try to ride them down the field. But we've seen a good number of receivers get in on the action today. And the defenses are going to have to step up a little bit in this football game. 19-14, the East with a 5-point lead. And here comes the ensuing kickoff from Michael Long out of Southside Christian High School in South Carolina. And it's a good end-over-end kick taken at the goal line. Here comes the return. And trying to get to the outside, and not much going on that return to the 15-yard line, but we do have a penalty flag down.
It's going to be a face
Elijah
mask.
Reed on the return, and they got yanked around a little bit on that return. So that's good news for Team West because it will absolutely help their starting field position. It'll move them out to about the 30, where they'll start first down, trailing 19-14. And now Team West with a chance to respond in this back and forth game in the first half.
15-yard penalty, first down West.
Now Cannon Williams back in as the quarterback for Team West. He had a touchdown run on his first drive. He's the University of Incarnate Word signee. Hands off on first down, and not much behind the left guard. Connor Weiss on that carry from Maryville High School in Missouri, and gained only about 2.
Now we got a Colt, we got a Cannon. Those are all great quarterback first names. Like when your name's like Colt and your name's Cannon, Seth, those are all great quarterback first names. See, your name's like Jesse. You gotta find somewhere else to play.
Yeah, you're not gonna play quarterback.
No.
With that name, that's for sure. You'll be okay receiver though. There's a handoff on the end around, and they get to the outside with Joel Serrano, who had a catch earlier on a touchdown drive for Team West. And here he'll gain yardage up to the 40-yard line. So third down, third and less than a yard coming here for Team West.
Jesse's more like an accountant, financial advisor. It's like, you know, you walk in, he's like, how you doing? I'm Jesse. You're like, this guy's going to take care of my money. You know?
That's not always a bad thing, my friend.
Not always a bad thing at all. But when your name's Colt or Cannon, it's the guy I want calling the signals for me.
There's a high snap. Cannon able to grab it and will just run ahead for a first down. Yeah, if your name's Cannon and you're not either the ace pitcher for the baseball team or starting quarterback, something's wrong.
Something's wrong. Your parents, they mismanaged the opportunity right there.
Yeah, they're not prophetic.
No, they mismanaged the opportunity. But your name's Colt, your name's Cannon. All right, son. We got to make something of this right here. You can't make us out to be liars.
Yeah, doing push-ups in the womb.
Absolutely.
Well,
Let's work on those drops.
Yes, first down for Team West. They're at their own 44-yard line. 9.5 to play here in the second quarter. Williams will roll left, and he'll just dump it down, and a catch is made for a first down into East Territory. That pass caught by Dutch Driggs. How's that for a name? Dutch Driggs with a catch and a first down out of Thunder Ridge High School in Idaho. To the 39-yard line. So a 17-yard gain there, and good eyes by Williams to find Driggs all alone on the left sideline. Well, here comes Team West to the line of scrimmage with 3 receivers. Joel Serrano is lined up in the slot to the left. And they're going to hand it off right up the middle. And that was actually Serrano on that carry, and he got into the second level, crosses the 35 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 6. Here comes second down.
Team West is quietly putting a good drive together. A little bit of mix of pass and run, just trying to get some rhythm, trying to get some continuity. But they're putting a drive together before the half, and this is how you want a team to respond. You were up give up a touchdown, team drove down on you. How do you respond? You got to come right back, a long drive. Give your defense an opportunity to rest, to regroup, while you're going out here and making plays for your team.
A couple of guys in there on the offensive line right now. Maximus Lavoie out of Notre Dame Prep High School in Arizona. Here's a throw across the middle and just a bit far in front of the intended receiver, Dutch Driggs. If that pass could calm down just a little bit, Driggs probably has enough to get that to the end zone. Instead, it will be third down, 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, I bet Cannon will want that one back again. Sometimes a guy comes open so open you kind of rush to throw. You don't get your feet set fully. You don't fall through on your mechanics and the ball sails on you. I bet you 9 times out of 10, if he had that same throw again, it would be right on the numbers, complete, and they have an opportunity probably for a touchdown.
Driggs will be slot left on 3rd and 4. Quick throw to the left side, and that's broken up immediately by Team East. Tucker Tremaine read that like a book and nearly had an interception there. It's going to be 4th down and 4, and the decision has been made for Team West. It looks like they're going to try a field goal.
I want us to put a pin in that last play. Tuck that last play away. While it may have been a disastrous play, diverted, that's one of those plays when you pin it and you're seeing how aggressive that cornerback is playing. Watch for that play to be a pump or a fake, and they throw behind that cornerback where he would have been.
Here's the attempt by Sumner, and that is just barely a little short from 50 yards away. So the field goal attempt no good. Team East defense does the job. And with a 19-14 lead, the Team East offense will take back over here with good starting field position, starting at their own 33-yard line. Well, Sumner's got a leg. We've seen it on kickoffs right there from 50 yards, just barely not able to get it there. But we'll remember that for later on if Team West is in need of a late field goal. 8:14 to play in the half. And a low snap. Michael Rich may have been down as he handed that ball off to Kevin May. And May will get it back to the line of scrimmage. And that'll be it. It'll be 2nd and 10. I think that's a play right there. If they could review that, they would see Michael Rich's knee was down as he handed that off to Kevin May. Well, the East, the beneficiary there, they gain actually half of a yard on that play. It'll be 2nd down. I've got their big tight end in there again, Jace Yurdy, who had a catch on an earlier drive. He's 6'6", 210, but looks maybe a little more stout than just the 210. Quick throw to the left side by Rich is caught right in front of the East bench. Woodrow Razak made the catch. He's out of Rossville High School in Kansas. Short of a 1st down by about a yard. Here comes 3rd down. I like that throw there from Michael Rich. That was quick, got on the receiver in a hurry. Rich, by the way, is going to go play at Murray State. He's originally from Southside High School in Alabama. And they come under center here, running straight ahead is Rich for a 1st down to the 45-yard line.
And talk about that pass play, you know, those out routes, those speed out routes, those are all timing plays. Those are 1, 2, 3, let the ball out. I'm throwing it to a spot, to the sideline where my guy can get it or it goes out of bounds. And to see that kind of rhythm and throw, tight spiral outside to give his wide receiver an opportunity, great throw.
So the drive will continue here for Team East. A 19-14 lead halfway through the 2nd quarter. Handoff, Kevin May got outside into the 2nd level. May down the sideline, and he'll go out of bounds. Deep inside West Territory. Kevin May out of St. Joseph High School in Mississippi took the handoff there and did not look back. Got it to the West 34-yard line for a 1st down carry.
The one thing that is always true when you talk about running backs getting what we call explosive plays, 15 to 20 plus yard runs down the field, and always has a wide receiver blocking downfield. And you never know when that opportunity is going to come for wide receivers to block down the field. But when you do a great job, you get big, huge, explosive runs from your running back. And that play right there got broken out because of a wide receiver blocking on the outside.
Play fake, Rich across the middle, intended for Yurdy, incomplete. They tried to get the slant to the big tight end there and just a bit out in front of him. It'll be 2nd and 10. And blocking wide receivers, that's one way to get on the field, isn't it, Jesse? I mean, if you're going to block as a wide receiver, it's going to be tough for the coaching staff not to get you out there on occasion.
And it takes no talent to block. Like, there's certain things on the football field that takes absolutely zero talent and 100% want to. And one of those things is blocking, and especially blocking for a wide receiver.
2nd and 10 for Team East. They'll run the option to the short side of the field. Rich will keep it himself and stumble out of bounds at around the 30. So that'll set up a 3rd down and about 5 here for the East team wearing the blue jerseys today at AT&T Stadium. And I'm a big fan of the Southeastern Conference, and particularly Texas A&M. Had the pleasure of getting a master's degree from A&M, and there's been several 5-star receivers recruited to A&M in the last several years that they can't get on the field because they don't block. It's a big deal. Quick throw by Rich out to the left side, intended for Rizak, is incomplete. Broken up nicely on the back end, and that's going to set up 4th down.
Yeah, if you're not willing to block at any level, high school, college, or the pros, coaches will find a hard time putting you on the field. You got to be a very, very, very special guy to think that you don't have to block, because a lot of times the play needs your block to be successful. And if a coach can't count on you to make that block, or at least attempt strongly to make that block for the betterment of your teammates and your team, and those are guys that don't play much on the football field.
Well, Team West just missed a 50-yarder not too long ago. Now it's the Team East turn to try with Michael Long from 50 from the left hash. Timeout is called prior to the attempt. 6:56 remaining here in the 2nd quarter. We'll be back for the field goal try right after this.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever with 400 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing and plenty of room for crew and cargo. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
4th down and 8 for Team East. And they're going to try to add to their 19-14 lead here with Michael Long attempting a long field goal, 50 yards from the left hash.
And I appreciate the coaches allowing these young men an opportunity to come out here and give it a try. Oh.
And just about the same distance wanting there for Michael Long as Brinson Sumner had on his attempt. Very good effort by both young men there. And so the score remains 19-14. We're playing with 6:51 remaining in this 2nd quarter. And, you know, good for the defenses. They've done a good job to stand up on the last 2 drives, force the 4th down long field goal try, and have gotten off the field without allowing any points.
And we'll go down to the field for Jada Teague with two fairly big guys.
Jada, take it away down there.
I'm here with the Delk brothers. So go ahead and tell us, what is your experience like being here together at the AT&T Stadium?
It's been a really great experience because we've both been playing together our entire life, and we're just used to being each other's company, and it's been a really great experience. Like my brother said, it's just good being here with my brother, getting the opportunity to play with all these good recruits and to get some good exposure.
We heard that you guys are both committed to Tennessee Tech. Tell us about how it feels being close to home.
Our parents were really in support of that because we're really close to home and they'll be able to go to almost every game. and lots of friends and family from around the city. Yeah, our families really push us to do this. They want us to stay close to home, makes it easier for them, and it just makes them happy in general.
It's so cool to see you guys together. We'll go ahead and take it back up to you guys.
Really cool story there, Jada, with the Delk brothers. Both offensive linemen have played together their entire lives, and they're going to play together again at Tennessee Tech. Here's a flea flicker. Pass down the middle of the field is broken up, incomplete. And in the quarterback right now for Team West is Lim Wash. Ty Collins had a big run on this drive to get them into East Territory. And then that flea flicker attempt goes wanting from Team West. Good idea, just not executed well. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Well, if you put the connection together, the quarterback on the West team right now, was it Ty, who we got there?
Yeah, Lim Wash.
Lim Wash. Well, he'll be playing quarterback while the Delk brothers will be blocking for him at Tennessee Tech.
That's not a bad haul in your recruiting class.
Not a bad haul at all.
Wash with a play fake. He's going to run it himself. Gets around the linebacker and carries it close to the 30. Going to be brought down just short of that at the 32-yard line. And here comes 3rd down now. 3rd and about 4 for Team West. Interesting part of the field right now. This is just about where the drive stalled out the last time for Team West. And they missed the 50-yard field goal. Now they're at the 32. It's 3rd and 4, and we've got 6 minutes to play here in the half.
When you get down to these 3rd and manageables, we saw Coach Wallace early on dial up a couple of screen plays. We saw him dial up a couple of running backs in the flat plays. We saw him dial up the slant plays. When you get into these 3rd and mediums, 3rd and smalls, 3rd and 3s and 4s, now the playbook is open up for you to do a magnitude of different things. We'll see what he dials up right here.
Wash, fake handoff across the middle, and that's deflected away and incomplete. Off the hands of the intended receiver, Jared Granger out of Lewiston High School in Idaho. Pass was there, maybe a little hot for Granger to handle. It's 4th down and 4. And it looks like they're going to try another field goal. So they just missed from 50 by about a yard. This is a 49-yard attempt from the right hash. Brinson Sumner from Darlington High School in South Carolina. And this one,
that's long enough,
has plenty of distance, and he got it from 49. How about that? To put the miss out of your memory from 50 and then to bang one in from 49. And Team West is back to within 2. It's 19-17, the East leading, 5:23 to play. Here in the half, we're at AT&T Stadium. The Blue-Gray Football All-American Bowl will continue in a moment.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Panera's new warm grain bowls are full of good. Full of flavor, color, full of good. So you can be too. Try our new warm grain bowls today. Order now on DoorDash.
49-yard field goal, and would have been good from probably 52-53. Brinson Sumner gets his team back to within 3, and it's always fun to watch the punters and the kickers and the long snappers in these games. All of them come from Cole's Kicking. Anthony Giuliano here as a part of that organization this week in Arlington. And here's the return on the ensuing kickoff by Tyron Goodley. And Goodley with a nice return up to about the 20-yard line. So Team East back to work. 5:19 to play here in the half, and entertaining game so far at AT&T Stadium. Both teams playing well.
Absolutely, and not only are they playing well offensively and defensively, they're playing well as special teams as well. This has been a we've done a couple of these games, and all of them might not have been as entertaining as this one is. This one is one of those games where I look forward to every single drive now to see how they respond.
And for Team East, it'll be Colt Fussell in there, and the ball is loose.
Turnover.
One of the officials on the far side is ruling incomplete pass.
How?
I don't know. But that's going to be the call. It's going to be 2nd and 10. That's a huge break for Team East.
I'm confused. Because if you pitch it back,
that's not a pass.
They consider it a forward pass? Okay.
Yeah, in my estimation, that's a big break for Team East, because that should have been either a live ball fumble or at the very least a big loss. Fussell back to throw. Clean pocket, dumps it down. Yurdy tackled immediately. Good job to come up and make the hit for Team West. Jacob Eyrich, the linebacker from Arizona, 5'10", 200 pounds, made the hit on the big tight end. Gain of just a yard. Here comes 3rd down.
Team East definitely caught a break on that one, because from my vantage point, that was definitely an option play, and it was definitely pitched backwards, and it was definitely recovered by Team West. So, yeah, that one's that's a baffling one right there by the officials.
You know, what's funny though is that you didn't see a ton of anger, I guess you could say, from the Team West coaching staff. Here's an end-around play. They're going to try to go to McGoy again. Look at him, reverse field. And this time, Team West is up to the task to get the speedy and dynamic Jamichael McGoy to the ground, short of a 1st down. 4th down. Team East not interested in punting here. They're going to leave the offense on the field for just a moment, and now they will make the substitution and bring in the punt team. So coming on to punt will be Connor Wesselman. Wesselman has unleashed a couple of really impressive punts so far in this game.
They need one right about now.
Ty Marsh back deep to return along with Elijah Reed. And it's another good one from Wesselman. It'll back up the return man to inside the 30. This is Reed spinning out of a couple of would-be tackles and finally brought down by Joseph Carter out of University Christian High School in Florida, being looked at by several Florida FBS and FCS schools, and made a nice special teams tackle there at the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st down for Team West, trailing by 2 here with 3:46 to play in this 1st half.
I'd like to see how Team West handles this drive. So about 3:45 left before the half. You want to get a little tempo going, but you don't want to move too fast where you give Team East the ball back with timeouts and the 2-minute warning and give them an opportunity to score. So I'm interested to see how they handle this drive.
And they're going to pass on 1st down. A.J. Skaggs back in at quarterback. Had a touchdown throw to Jake Trice on his last series. And Skaggs will keep it himself and be tackled for a loss back to the 29-yard line. So a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 now for Team West. And just to go back to something we were talking about not too long ago about how this game is being played, and both sides doing a nice job in all 3 phases. This game has the fewest number by my total of guys who are currently signed or committed to play at FBS schools. So when you look at it on paper, as the pass is dumped off the left flat and a nice play made defensively, the tackle made nearly immediately there by Julian Beckos of Bishop McDevitt High School in Pennsylvania. That's another loss for Team West. Back to the 24-yard line, a loss of 5 to set up 3rd down and 17. And so that just goes to show you, Jesse, you can't judge this based off of who's signed to play where, because a lot of these guys, it might just be based on the fact that they play in Idaho, and high school football is maybe just not covered a bunch in Idaho like it is maybe in a Texas or a California or a Florida. These guys just aren't discovered yet. Here's a nice throw across the middle, juggling and incomplete. Well, they had a guy open right at the sticks. I hate to tell you who that was, but it was Terrence Heath who had a first down reception in and out of his hands. And fourth down is coming up here for Team West. They will have to punt.
Yeah, you got to make those type of catches, especially in these type of games, to keep your team's drive alive. Unfortunately, that one got on them a little hot, a little quick, juggled it, and Team West is punting the ball.
So Team East is poised to get it back with 2:49 left and one timeout. And as that snap went back to the punter, false start is called against Team West, so that will move them back even further. They need a good punt here from Logan Ort out of New Philadelphia High School in Ohio. Going to be standing at his own 5. Tyron Goodley and Jamichael McGoy back deep to return the punt. It's going to go to Goodley. He'll call for a fair catch and make one at the 41-yard line. Good starting field position for Team East. 2:39 left and one timeout. The East with the ball in a 19-17 lead here at AT&T Stadium. Let's see what Team East, Ken Stills, Rodney Beasley, the offensive coordinator, among several former NFL players on that staff. Rodney Beasley on the staff of the Carolina Panthers for a number of years. First down, Team East at their own 41. They'll hand off on first down right up the middle. Howard to around the midfield stripe. Going to be tackled at the 49-yard line. Good burst right up the middle, Jason Howard.
It's a good run up the gut. Solid 8-yard run. Almost to midfield. Almost 2-minute warning here. You want to make sure you take your time, get there, get this thing rocking and rolling, score before the half.
And they'll go back to throw with Seth Smith down the left side, and that's broken up. Intended for Jackson Young down the left sideline, and a good play made in center field by the free safety, Johnny Breeden from Frisco Memorial. Got back to make another play to save what would have been a big completion. Here comes third down and 2.
I want to see Johnny go be aggressive, though. Johnny, go intercept that thing, man. You were there. You were close enough to go ahead and get 2 hands on that football and try to bring it in for an interception. Be greedy.
Third and 2. Smith looks back to the sideline for the play call. He's got Howard and Meadows in the backfield with him.
You got man-to-man coverage up top.
5 on the play clock. Smith, hands off, right up the middle, Howard. Gonna be close. Don't think he got it. Gonna be 4th and 1. And the East will punt. Well, good job defensively by Team West. That could have been a situation where the East went down and scored, increased their lead before the half. And instead, it'll be the West to get it back here with 2 timeouts. We're under 90 ticks left in the first half. And the punt by Wesselman will be angled out of bounds, and we'll have to wait and see where they mark it. It'll be at the 20-yard line. So first down for Team West, 1:16 left, and this will be interesting, Jesse, because it's Team West to get the ball first in the third quarter, so a chance to double dip possibly here, get some points before and after the half. They've got 2 timeouts.
Now, it's small, and you hope that it doesn't come back to bite you. But watching that last play, that last punt, Team East ran the football, which means the clock would have still been running. They punted the ball with 19 seconds left to go on the play clock. They could have bled the clock down and either taken a timeout, which would have given the West the ball back with under a minute left. it's those small little things on special teams that you don't pay much attention to. But you've given a West team 19 more seconds than you had to give them, and that could come back to bite you in the butt. We'll see what happens.
Cannon Williams will hand off on first down to Joel Serrano, and Serrano will be tackled at around the numbers just across the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and 8. The tackle was made there by Trevor Lunsford, a linebacker out of Milton High School in Florida, number 45. So a conservative
plays off.
Yeah, you have to remember that going hurry up is pretty tough in a game like this where there's no system to get plays in quickly. Williams back to throw. Pressure comes. He steps up and runs it himself and is going to be tackled just across the 25-yard line at the 26. It's going to be third down, and timeout is going to be called by the West. We have 33 seconds to play here in the first half, and we'll be back to close it out for you right after this from AT&T Stadium.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
So one timeout remaining for the West. We're back at AT&T Stadium. Ryan Castle alongside Jesse Holley. 19-17, Team East with the lead, and Team West with a third down and 4 coming here out of their timeout.
Third down.
Cannon Williams in as the quarterback out of Harlan High School here in Texas. And he's going to go deep down the left side, incomplete. Intended for Aaron Wilburn, receiver out of Wyatt High School in Texas. That's going to bring up fourth down and 4. And it means that Team West will now punt it back to Team East. So this game has taken a little bit of a turn here in this latter part of the second quarter. The offense is not clicking quite as well as they were earlier in the game, and some of that is due to the defenses clamping down just a bit. Here's the punt by Ort. It will bounce and go by Goodley. He'll retreat over and return it and be tackled immediately at the 32-yard line with 14 seconds left. So we'll see what the East does here. I would imagine a handoff and go to the half. It's been a good back and forth first half of play here at AT&T Stadium with 3 lead changes. A couple of long plays on each side. On the first play from scrimmage, it was a 94-yard touchdown by Jamichael McGoy of Team East. And then a 72-yard touchdown reception by Jake Trice of Team West. That gave them their first lead at 14-12 at that point. There's a quick throw to the left side, and that's nearly intercepted. Michael Rich with some miscommunication between he and the receiver, and that was nearly a nightmare for Team East.
Yeah, they should have listened to you. I think they'll hand it off this time and go into the half and regrouping.
Well, you know who that was? That was Johnny Breeden, your guy.
Johnny on the spot.
From Frisco Memorial, who nearly had that interception. Wearing the gold boots here today. I think Team East said, you know what, I've seen enough of that. We're going to take a knee and go talk. That'll be the end of the half here at AT&T Stadium. A good one. 19-17, the East with the lead. And Jesse, impressions from the first half of play?
You know, I'm thoroughly impressed. Again, the thing that I was always playing in the back of my head, that these teams had 2 practices of 3 hours, 2 3-hour practices, and for them to come out early on, you saw a lot of good plays. You saw some small techniques that sometimes are missed being done very well in this football game. It's competitive, Guys are competing in every single level, offense, defense, and special teams. And we're seeing some really good athletes from all over the country play out here today.
Yeah, there's no question, and it should be an entertaining second half here at AT&T Stadium. Now we should be hopefully getting ready to talk to the respective coaches here at halftime. They'll take a 15-minute break in between the second and third quarters. And really quite an entertaining half of football here at AT&T Stadium between two evenly matched teams, as Ken Stills, the head coach of Team East, has made his way over to Jada Teague, and Jada is standing by with the head coach of Team East, Ken Stills. Jada, take it away.
I'm here with the head coach, Ken Stills of the East Side. Right now, you guys are up 19-17. What are you going to say to the guys when you head into that locker room?
Well, really what I'm going to tell them is they got to finish. You talk about it all the time, and I continue to tell the kids, you got to finish the ball game. We're going to make some little bit of adjustments. Obviously, they're going to make some, we're going to make some, but finish the ball game. And we can't turn the ball over. Right now, we've turned the ball over a couple times, and that's hurting us. So continue to play hard and finish the ball game.
We talked about this a little bit earlier before the game. How does it feel to be out here on a special day like MLK Day and giving back to these players?
Yeah, it is special, and it kind of touches me because, my son, he's one of those guys that's really involved with the commitment, with the things that are going on around the league, and he's like a little Martin Luther King, I always tell him, because, he's out there constantly protesting and standing up for what he believes, and Martin Luther King, he said it best. He said, if you can't fly, you got to run. If you can't run, you got to walk. And if you can't walk, you got to crawl, but you got to keep moving forward, and that's how I feel about it. So it's a special day. And I'm happy for the kids that we can be out here on this day and play football.
Coach Stills, it's been a pleasure. We're going to go ahead and take it back up to you guys.
All right, Jada, thanks very much. And some good words there from Ken Stills, the head coach of Team East. He's been associated with blue-gray football for a number of years now in several different capacities, and is the head coach here today for Team East. His team with a 19-17 lead at the half. We'll step aside, come back for some more analysis of what we saw in the first half of play and get you ready for the start of the third quarter here at AT&T Stadium. This is the class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play. Anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Clean food. Words you don't often hear. Words we at Panera live by. Because clean food is food as it should be, with no artificial flavors, preservative sweeteners, and no colors from artificial sources. We think clean food tastes better, feels better, does better. 100% of our food will be clean by year's end. Every bite will be food as it should be.
It's halftime here at AT&T Stadium. I'm Ryan Castle alongside Jesse Holly. The East 19 and the West 17. Good back and forth action in the first half of play in this second class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. The first game was played here at AT&T Stadium back in December. That was a 36-17 win for Ken Stills and Team East that day, with Shane Ham taking the offensive MVP honors. He had 3 total touchdowns in that game, including an 87-yard touchdown pass to Asian Burt. And the defensive MVP, Brayton Howell, the defensive lineman for the West. He had 3 sacks that day. Howell is signed to play with Sam Houston State, and of course that game is available on demand on the Impact Football Network, so you can go back and watch that one as well after you get done watching this game right here. And Jesse, we've mentioned it a couple of times, but both teams playing well. As we take a look at the first half highlights, both teams really playing well in all 3 facets, and it was the offenses that got going early.
Yeah, you see right here, getting the screenplay, get it out there, getting some blockers in front, making some positive yardage down the field. That's what I like to see. Again, good drive starter right there.
And so it was Team West who really kind of got things going offensively as far as sustained drives go. It was that big touchdown by Jamichael McGoy on the first play from scrimmage for the East. As you see, West kind of struggling with that quarterback-center exchange, that one going out the back of the end zone for the safety. And then it really seemed like Team East was going to take control of the football game, but this fumble right here turned things around for Team West.
Got to protect the football. And Coach always says, it's not the guy that you do see, it's the guys that you don't see that causes the fumble.
And the response by Team West really got them back in the football game, made it a 9-7 game at that point. Both field goal kickers contributing as well. It was a 49-yard field goal by Brinson Sumner for Team West. Very impressive kick by him, and really both field goal kickers doing a nice job in that first half. And here was that long touchdown to Jake Trice as he got behind the defense.
Yeah, I love this play right here because he did everything right from the line of scrimmage, stacked the receiver, gave his quarterback room, over-the-shoulder catch, ran it in for a touchdown.
And Kevin May with a couple of nice runs for Team East. This one as he got outside the numbers for 20 yards, as both teams getting their running backs involved as well. And then it was Michael Rich with that near interception towards the end of the half. That was the third pass breakup of the game for Breeden, who is playing today out of Frisco Memorial High School. Johnny Breeden at 5'9", 170, and he was really a nice force in the defensive backfield for Team West.
Yeah, absolutely. Just being able to be out there and be active, playing aggressively. You know, there's a difference from playing just all out of control aggressive and being under control aggressive. And when you got a DB who's playing under control and aggressive, you got a DB that's doing the right thing. He's going to make those plays. He's going to be around the football. And when defensive players are around the football, most of the time the ball bounces their way. That's why you always hear coaches screaming, 11 guys to the football. Get there violently. Get there aggressively. Because when you do that as a group, good things happen for your defense.
No question. And so both teams really playing well in all three phases in that first half. We expect nothing less in the second half as well. And again, Jesse, I'm just not sure we can talk about it enough, but just the opportunity for these players to play in an NFL stadium. A lot of these guys, you know, it's the norm for me personally. I grew up in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I've been around Texas Stadium and now AT&T Stadium. When it was built back in 2009 and opened up for the first time, it was like coming in and watching a football game in heaven almost. I mean, it's incredible to watch a football game here. But for a lot of these guys from Idaho and from Minnesota and from Wyoming, there's no NFL really anywhere close. They maybe have never even gone to a game as a fan, let alone played in a stadium like this. And so just the opportunity to play in this environment, not necessarily in front of a huge crowd, but in front of your friends and family, and to be able to receive the coaching, as you mentioned earlier, from NFL veterans who have been around the game of football for a long time and now want to give back to the next generation of young men. It's such a great opportunity in this blue-gray game.
Absolutely. Invaluable lessons, memories that you'll have for a lifetime. You dream of playing in places like this when you're a kid, and to be able to come in here after you watched Jerry's World on television many, many, many times, and have an opportunity to go out here and showcase your talent in a place like this, on a stage like this, it's something that you'll never forget as a young kid. And it's an honor for me to even be here to call games like this with you, Ryan, because I know just how important it is to play in a place like this.
Now, there's no question. This will never get old, no matter how many times we do it, to be able to sit in this stadium, watch these young men on their path to the next level to play college football, and not only to do that, but also to receive an education, which I know many of the coaches downstairs, because I've had conversations with them, they'll tell you that's the most important part and really the main reason that they do this. It's not necessarily to get these guys playing football at the next level. It's to get them into the classroom at the next level. That's something that's just so at the heart behind what's going on here at AT&T Stadium this week in Arlington. I know that's the heart and the spirit of this for CEO Gus Bell and Director of Media Relations Sean Siglinski. They do such a great job of recruiting the players to this game and finding players going and finding guys to play in this game, and then just doing a great job once they get them here of really stewarding them well and ministering to them well throughout this week and giving them an opportunity and just something that they'll never forget for the rest of their lives. We're going to step aside here at AT&T Stadium, and when we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of Team West, George Teague. That's on the other side of this break. The class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl will continue in a moment.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Good ideas catch on fast. Good clean food, even faster. Now delivering for lunch and dinner. Panera, food as it should be.
Come enjoy the heart of Katy, Texas, one of the most delightful cities in the Lone Star State. The best part? It's a short drive from Houston and minutes from the Energy Corridor. With places to stay and places to play, anything you'd like to eat, and an old town charm that can't be beat. Activities and fun for the entire family. Enjoy the best of both worlds in the City of Champions, Katy, Texas. For more information, go to cityofkaty.com.
Clean food. Words you don't often hear. Words we at Panera live by. Because clean food is food as it should be, with no artificial flavors, preservative sweeteners, and no colors from artificial sources. We think clean food tastes better, feels better, does better. 100% of our food will be clean by year's end. Every bite will be food as it should be.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever, with 400 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing and plenty of room for crew and cargo. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Panera's new warm grain bowls are full of good. Full of flavor, color, full of good. So you can be too. Try our new warm grain bowls today. Order now on DoorDash.
Back here at AT&T Stadium, the team starting to make their way out of the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the start of the third quarter here in just a couple of more minutes. But before we get there, we'll go downstairs to Jada Teague, who is standing by with her father, George Teague, the head coach of Team West. Jada?
I'm here with who some people may call Coach Teague, but I call him Dad. Right now, you are the head coach of the West Side, and you guys are down 17-19. Tell us what you guys talked about when you headed into that locker room.
Yeah, well, I spent my time talking about the explosive plays that we're giving up on defense. We're playing very good. The energy is high. The physicalness is high, but we're just giving up too many big plays on defense, so we need to stop that.
So you didn't play at this specific field, but you did play for this organization. How does it feel to be here and giving back to these players?
I think it's an honor, first of all, just to be able to coach in the Blue-Gray football All-American game. I've had the opportunity to do it for many, many years, and it just seems like it continues to get better and better and better. Then when you're able to tie that into our relationship that we have with the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, it's just very special to be here with you, with me. Working in tandem like this, it's really, really good because these kids deserve opportunities like this to build resumes, set themselves up as they're headed off to college.
It's always great talking to you, Dad, and we'll go ahead and send it back up to you guys.
That's just really cool.
Yeah.
I just have to say, that's awesome. Jada, thanks very much, and thanks Coach Teague as his team gets ready for the start of the third quarter. Jada is a senior at the University of Texas at San Antonio, wants to go into communications, and is doing a fantastic job for us here in Arlington. And George Teague, a longtime advocate of blue-gray football and coach in these games for many, many years, of course, known as the Defender of the Star, and his time with the Dallas Cowboys, and, of course, his famous tackling of Terrell Owens, who on that particular day at Texas Stadium found it necessary to make it all about him right in the middle of the field. And George Teague was going to have absolutely none of that, and he's now the head football coach and the athletic director at Pope John Paul II High School in Plano, Texas, which is right here in the Metroplex, and has really spent his time since retiring from the game of football giving back to the community, to the next generation of student athletes, and he is such a credit to this blue-gray football All-American game and to this organization in general. And just a fun time to be here, as it always is, even in this COVID-19 pandemic that we find ourselves in. Some of the festivities maybe are pared back just a little bit from what they normally would be, but just a blessing to be able to still get to do this game, that the fans get to be here in person to watch this game, to watch their student athlete compete in one final high school football game. It is such a cool thing that we still get to do this even in the midst of this pandemic. Everybody, of course, socially distanced properly, masked up as they should be, but it is just such a fun time. And we're going to do it again, in fact, 2 more times. Right here next week, January the 25th. That game will take place at 1 o'clock at AT&T Stadium. It will be posted on the Impact Football Network a little bit later on next week, and then we'll be back here again in May, late May, 24th at 1 p.m. right here at AT&T Stadium. Again, that game will be posted on the Impact Football Network 24 to 48 hours after its conclusion, but we hope you can join us for those 2 remaining Blue-Gray All-American Bowls in the class of 2021. And again, don't forget to go back and watch our first rendition of this game that took place back in December. You can do that as well on ImpactFootballNetwork.com.
Fun fact about Coach Teague.
Please.
There's only 2 101 interception returns for a touchdown in NFL playoff history. We saw one the other day in the divisional round. The other one belongs to Coach Teague when he played for the Green Bay Packers.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah, people think that the James Harrison one was probably, nope, the longest touchdown, intercepted for a touchdown in the playoffs is 101 yards in NFL history. And the owner of one of those is Coach Teague.
As a member of the Green Bay Packers.
Now, they also say that might have also been the longest, not in yards, but in actual time.
I'm going to let you say that to him, not me.
Yeah.
George Teague, a longtime NFL defensive back, was with the Alabama Crimson Tide before that, and in many of these games has coached against his former teammate at Alabama, Mark McMillan. So the East team with a 19-17 lead as we get ready for the start of the second half. Team East has already come back out of the locker room. They are getting warmed up in the end zone to our left. Team West is out of the locker room as well, all standing down on the sideline getting ready for the start of this third quarter. And it'll be Team West to receive the opening kickoff of this third quarter. Remember that it was Team East who got the football first here today, and it was Jamichael McGoy who immediately put them in the end zone with a 94-yard touchdown run on an end around. The receiver with 8 or more offers, most of them from the Ohio Valley Conference. He's out of Boyd Buchanan High School in Tennessee, 5'10", 175-pound athlete who can play multiple positions, multiple different parts of the field. Slot receiver, outside receiver, could probably play a little bit of running back as well. And he has had a phenomenal game so far for Team East. For Team West, their big touchdown belongs to Jake Trice on a pass from A.J. Skaggs. Trice with a 72-yard touchdown reception that gave Team West a 14-12 lead at the time. Team East responded immediately with a touchdown to make it 19-14 before Team West got a 49-yard field goal from Brinson Sumner to make the score what it currently reads, 19-17, the East with the lead. We'll step aside here for 30 seconds, come back for the start of the third quarter at AT&T Stadium right after this.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Now, Team East taking a little longer maybe with their getting back warmed up for the start of the third quarter. Team West has been out on the field ready to receive the kickoff for at least 2 or 3 minutes now, just sort of waiting patiently for Team East. And they are huddling up, getting ready to get out onto the field. Now, the Team West quarterbacks, all 3 of them playing well in this game today. A.J. Skaggs, Lem Wash, and Cannon Williams, a really nice trio of signal callers for Coach George Teague. A.J. Skaggs has the long touchdown. We've seen Lem Wash get involved in the running game with his legs as well, the Tennessee Tech commit. And then Cannon Williams has a touchdown run of his own. The University of Incarnate Word signee, originally from Harlan High School right here in Texas. So lining up the kickoff, number 20, Michael Long, and he will send one deep. This is returnable from the 4-yard line. And here comes the return by Elijah Reed, and Reed will slip away into the second level, gets outside the numbers, but a penalty flag is down as Reed is wrestled to the ground across the 40, but we have to wait and see what this penalty is about back at the 20-yard line.
Block in the back.
That's a spoiler alert. I didn't want to quite go there, but I think I'd have to agree. Yep, that's usually what that call is. And that's why Reed was able to get that nice return when it looked like he should have been tackled at about the 20. So that'll move Team West back half the distance to the 10-yard line. And this is now the third drive of the game that Team West has been backed up deep in their own territory.
And the golden rule on kickoff return, if you can see your opponent's name, don't touch him. If you can see his name, don't touch him, because that is a clear indication that what you're about to do is going to cost our team. So if you read his name, you're wrong if you put your hands on him.
Lem Wash will take the snap. He'll hand off, and a nice run up the hash to the 17-yard line. Gain of 7 there on first down. Such an easy rule to follow, and yet so rarely followed.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and a part of it is it's happening so fast. You know, on kickoff return, you got to turn your back, run to a spot, and sometimes that guy gets up on you quick, and you want to do your best job to get a block. But again, you got to always remember, if I can see the back of his numbers, the back of his jersey, his nameplate, then I probably shouldn't put my hands on him, because it's going to probably lead to me getting a penalty and getting my team backed up.
And there's another handoff on 2nd and 3. Forward progress will net a first down for Team West. So a nice run there by the West. It's Connor Eyes on the carry from Legend High School in Colorado. Gain of 3 and a first down for the West team. And you'll notice that we're just going under 15 minutes to play now in this third quarter. Another unique aspect of these Blue-Gray All-American Bowls are the 16-minute quarters. And again, that speaks to the spirit and heart behind this game, that it's all about the players. Here's a run by Wash on a straight quarterback keeper, and he will get to the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 4 on that first down quarterback run.
Brings up second down.
I'm not going to lie, Ryan, when we first did these games, remember leading OT, I said, man, that's the longest quarter I've ever been a part of. And you said, yeah, they're 16 minutes. And I was like, oh.
It's amazing what 1 minute will do. And, of course, here in Texas, and I'm sure in many other states, the players are used to playing 12-minute quarters. So that, 33% increase from 12 up to 16 is quite a big one. But
you're right. It definitely shows an importance to getting everybody an opportunity to play. Because when you take those 4 minutes away and you do that over, you basically added another quarter to the game.
Yeah.
And that gives more opportunity for guys to play, more opportunity to showcase talent, more opportunity to find rotations, more opportunity to win football games. And so, it's a great credit to the Blue-Gray committee of having 16-minute quarters so that everyone gets a fair shot of showcasing their talent on the field today.
Good run by Wash, just lowered his shoulder and got close to the first down, short by a yard, 3rd and 1 coming up. Wash, the Tennessee Tech signee, is here with his future teammates playing on the other side, the Delk brothers, who we heard from earlier, Alex and Wes Delk. And on 3rd down, they hand off, and it's a first down carry for Connor Eyes as he crosses the 30 up to the 32-yard line. Needed 1 and got 2 on that 3rd down carry of the football. It'll allow Team West to move the chains and keep this drive alive. Logan Clough and Percy, the 6'8", 330-pound offensive lineman, is out there right now as the left tackle out of Rockwall High School.
All grocery bill team right there. That's the kid, I don't want to have that grocery bill. You know how it has to be to feed a kid in high school at 6'8", 230 pounds?
I don't even want to think about it.
I just bought a deep freezer this past weekend. Like, he would need his own deep freezer of meals to feed him throughout the course of the week. You need a part-time job just for breakfast and lunch. This kid never misses a day of school because his parents are like, listen, we can't afford to feed you all 3 meals, so we're going to send you to school and allow them to at least cover lunch.
Forget the pension. That's all got to go to breakfast.
For real. It's like, all the 401k, all that, the retirement fund goes to breakfast and shoes.
There's a run around the right end by Wash, and it will set up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 6 coming up here for Team West. And Clough and Percy is a Conference USA target. I figure there's several schools who wouldn't mind having 6'8", 330 arrive on campus.
You hear the commercials, hey, Mom made pizza rolls. No, Mom made me pizza rolls. I don't know what you guys are going to have to eat, but I'm going to eat this entire tray of pizza rolls.
Well, 3rd down and 6 coming up.
If I'm Team West, I'm running to the left-hand side. I'm running behind 6'8", 230. That's where I would go.
Here comes pressure off the edge, and Wash able to feel it and step up and run for the first down. Into East Territory. Coming untouched off the edge was Christian Dump, a defensive lineman out of Nebraska, and Wash able to feel that coming, as you see right there, able to step up, dip the shoulder, and get away and run for the first down.
They were setting up a screen. Now, what the big boy has to do is he has to hold that block for a half a count longer. He let him just come up the field, and so it killed the timing on the screen. Hold that block a little bit longer and then throw him down and then go out and set your block up. But Wash made a play and got the first down to keep this drive alive.
First down now at the East 46. And the handoff to Eyes isn't going anywhere. Nice play made defensively by Jeremiah Brown, the Jackson State signee. We called his name earlier in the first half. He is a good-looking linebacker headed to play for Deion Sanders at Jackson State. 6'3", 220, and they'll get him up to 235, 240, I'm sure, once he arrives on campus, and he'll be a problem. Second and 10.
Poor Christian Dump, number 43 on the East team. Just look who he has to go up against every single snap. It's kind of unfair at times because
here's the run by Wash.
Because Logan is 6'8", Christian's 6'1". He probably outweighs him by 125 pounds, 130 pounds maybe. And he's trying his best. But hey, David beat Goliath, right?
Yeah, there were some different circumstances there, but yes, you're right. I'm not sure I would give. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Christian Dump might be able to do something here. It's probably going to have to be the speed, not necessarily the power. Here's a quick throw to the left, and the pass is caught, but not much of a gain after the catch by Freddie Goodson, the receiver out of Campo Verde High School in Arizona. That was a third down play, and they did not get the first down. And they're not in field goal range, so they're going to have to punt. Team East comes up with the stop here on the first possession of the third quarter. That was a long drive as far as time is concerned. 5.5 minutes come off the clock. And the West really didn't get that far down the field. And now the punt. Very high. It's a good punt. And it's going to take a nice West hop inside the 20 and go out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. They'll officially mark it at the 17, where it'll be first down for the East. 10:19 to play here in the third quarter, and the East with the ball back leading 19-17. And Michael Rich, who ended the first half as the quarterback, will now start the second half as the signal caller. 6'4", 200-pound quarterback from Southside High School in Alabama, and is going to go play at Murray State next season.
The Fighting Ja Morants.
That's right. If they haven't changed the mascot yet, they will soon.
Ooh.
There's the handoff, and Kevin May is going to be a bit regretful that he took that handoff. He nearly got his head taken off by that tackle. Good clean tackle, but a good one indeed on Kevin May there. It's a gain of just half a yard. Michael Rich trying to get everybody set. He's got a slot to the right here on second down and 9. May's the running back to his right shoulder. An H-back to the left, and Rich will go back to throw. Has a clean pocket, fires across the middle. That pass tipped up into the air and incomplete. Off the hands of the intended receiver, Sean Pletcher, who had 2 catches in the first half. It'll be third down and 9 coming up, and you like the vision there. You like the footwork from Michael Rich to stand in the pocket, to fire that ball across the middle into a tight window. Pletcher just had it go off of his hands, incomplete. And so now third and 9. They need to get to the 27-yard line to keep this drive going. Rich again back to throw. Going to lob it down the left side into double coverage, and that is incomplete. And it was good coverage on the back end by Team West. 2 really good defensive backs roaming around back there for Team West. Ty Marsh, number 9, and Johnny Breeden, whose name we've called several times tonight. With another play made defensively, it'll be 4th down and time to punt for Team East.
If I'm a betting man, I'm going to bet that my guy Johnny on the spot, because he's been tried a couple times, he walks away at this game with an interception. I don't know when it's going to come, but I think he's going to get his hands on one of these errant passes. He's been in position a couple times. We'll see if he can come up with one.
And the punt by Connor Wesselman is fair caught by Elijah Reed at the 40-yard line. Team West with good starting field position, trailing 19-17. 9:21 to play in the third. Can I write that down?
Sure.
Johnny Breeden,
Johnny
interception. Predicted by Jesse Hawley.
Johnny on the spot.
Well, he has been around the football on just about every snap that he's been on the field. Has nearly had 2 interceptions and has probably 4 or 5 pass breakups at this point. And now Team West back to work offensively from their own 40. And they're going to hand off to Connor Weiss on 1st down. Good run by Weiss. He got outside the numbers and has a 1st down as he goes out around midfield. They're going to give him the 49-yard line of Team East. 11 yards and a 1st down for Connor Weiss out of Maryville High School in Missouri.
Outside of the turnover that Team West got earlier in the game, this might be their best starting field position of the game. They don't have to go 90 yards this time.
It's been horrible, their starting field position, pretty much all afternoon long. You're right, this is by far their best. And that Connor Weiss run, a good start to it. A.J. Skaggs, the quarterback for Team West, in the shotgun with 2 running backs, runs option left with Weiss. He's got some room to run, but a nice tackle out in the open field made by Gabriel Barnes, a linebacker from Pasco High School in Florida. And that was a lot of work that needed to be done by Weiss just to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he nearly got there but lost 2. It'll be 2nd and 12.
This is normally, when you think about these guys who's coaching, the NFL guy, this is normally Senator Koala's former NFL quarterback for a lot of years. This is usually the part of the field where teams and quarterbacks like to take a shot. You figure it's 2nd down, because even if I throw an interception deep, it's like a punt, and the field is flipped. So guys take a shot right here every now and again, see if they can't give themselves an opportunity to make a big play.
Boy, look at that catch. Going across the middle was Terrence Heath from Sedgwick County High School in Colorado. First of all, to go across the middle right there and then absorb that hit from Joe Green, the defensive back from Tecumseh High School in Ohio, to hold on to that, make the catch. Now, unfortunately, it's going to be all for nothing because there was a penalty flag down on the field. And let's go downstairs right now to Jada T.
All right, so I'm here with Jake St. Andre. Now, the coaches tell me that they were very impressed with you during practice this week. Tell us about how that makes you feel.
Oh, you know, it's a huge compliment. It's been an awesome experience to come out here and being coached by these guys. So much to learn from them, especially since they've all been there and done that. So, you know, it's a huge compliment from them.
And we know that you've committed to Louisiana Lafayette. Tell us how it feels to be close to home still.
Oh, you know, it's awesome. Be able to go out there every Saturday, play with the state's name across your chest and represent that. It's awesome.
All right, thank you guys so much, and we'll take it back up to you.
All right, thanks, Jada. Jake St. Andre from Houghton High School in Louisiana. He's 6'1", 220, but has the frame to put on probably 10 or 15 more pounds once he gets on campus. And I heard from several of the coaches, just as Jada just alluded to, that this is a very promising young player headed to Louisiana Lafayette, a guy who is humble, who works hard, who gets after it, and just goes about his business in a business-like way. Here's a pass play. Skaggs back to throw, tries to take off and run, and is tripped up around the ankles. Nice play made by Brock Bridges from Fulton County High School in Kentucky. And that's going to set up 4th down. And I guess what I mean by that is, just to give you one anecdote from Reggie Young talking about a play that was made by St. Andre in practice. He had a tackle for loss. And, you know, you sometimes see defensive players get up and celebrating and acting like They just won the Super Bowl after a tackle.
There's one here playing for the Cowboys.
And Jake St. Andre just got up and said, all right, let's go back to the huddle. And that was it. That was all he said. And so that just kind of shows you he's all about business and kind of acts like he's been there before, I guess.
And there's nothing wrong with getting excited about making a play, but you like guys like that who's saying, hey, I got more plays like this in me. This one play, unless the clock has struck triple zeros, I got to make another play and another one and another one and another one. And you love guys to be in your team that are just saying, hey, I'm going to put on my hard hat, I'm going to go to work, and I'm going to make these plays routinely. And it isn't going to be a celebration every time I do this because this is just what I do.
Team East after the punt starting deep in their own territory and in some trouble quickly as Colt Fussell. It'll be incomplete. I didn't see a receiver in that area, but apparently there was one, so no intentional grounding, which would have been really bad because he was in the end zone. 2nd and 10 coming up, and while we were talking about St. Andre, the linebacker for Team West, a great punt by Logan Ort and a poor decision by the East to call for a fair catch inside the 10. Has them backed up now, 2nd and 10 at their own 7. Colt Fussell, the quarterback. He's going to turn, he's going to hand off. And not a lot of room around the left side. Tackle made on that play by Ren Renfro out of Kaplan High School in Louisiana.
One of the things that coach will tell you to do when you're returning a punt and it has the potential to go into the end zone, they'll say, hey, put your heels on the 10-yard line. And if you have to take a step back, let it go. Anything from where your heel is at moving forward, you try to catch it and make a return. If you got to take a step back, you let it go. You let it try to bounce and go into the end zone. You don't fair catch it with your heels on the 10-yard line.
And Fussell, trying to run out of some trouble there, is going to be brought down just across the 10-yard line. Caleb Dixon brings him down on the play out of Window Rock High School in Arizona. It's going to be 4th down, and Team East will punt the ball back to the West. We're in the 3rd quarter at AT&T Stadium. 10 minutes have now gone by, and we have not had a score yet in this 3rd quarter.
You see this game has settled down some. Earlier in the game, you had a lot of offense, a lot of back and forth. The game has settled down some. Teams have now kind of got a better understanding of what's happening and what's going on. So it's much more better to play things defensively.
Wow, look at this punt. Rolls inside the 20. It's going to be downed at the 18-yard line. It's a 70-yard punt. A 70-yard punt by Connor Wesselman out of Westminster High School in Georgia. It was about 55 in the air and then took another hop past Elijah Reed and is finally downed at the 18-yard line.
You'd like to see Elijah try to catch that one, knowing that there's a lot of room behind you. And so you do your very best to at least get over there, fair catch it, so that you don't give up an extra 25-plus yards on the roll. And again, put your Team West, in a very uncomfortable -20 position going out.
From their 18-yard line, 3 receivers, and Cannon Williams will pitch it to the right. Nice run up the hash mark to about the 25-yard line. Ty Collins got the carry out of North Forney High School. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for Team West. And again, we just go back to the importance of special teams and having a weapon like Connor Wesselman has been today, punting the ball for Team East. It's just a guy that you'd love to have on your football team. Williams will hand off again to Collins, right up the middle, and Ty will fight and have a 1st down across the 30. The Nevada signee will move the chains for Team West.
Those are those things we call hidden yards. You don't talk about them much. They're not on the stat sheet. You don't hear about them much. But when you got a punter who, by the way, was backed up, can flip the field for you That's a special play. And again, it won't be on your highlight reel. It won't be on ESPN. It won't make top 10 Sports Center. But those are the plays that help you win football games when you can flip the field from being backed up to now put a team to -20. That helps your defense out. That helps you win football games in the long run.
Joel Serrano with a punishing run right up the middle as he crosses the 35 and gets to the 38-yard line as we cross the 4-minute mark of this third quarter. Del Valle High School in Texas is where Joel Serrano played his high school football. And he picks up 6 on that first down carry. Cannon Williams is the quarterback right now for Team West, trying to lead his team down 2 in this third quarter. Back to throw, plants his foot, goes deep, incomplete. Intended for Aaron Wilburn. And that pass was a little further outside than Wilburn was running his route. Here comes 3rd down and 4.
Wilburn has to run that route. Get your head down, get some good separation, and then find the football. The quarterback's going to lay it to your outside shoulder. He got his eyes back late, couldn't find the football. That's why you see him looking up, reaching back, trying to find it. You got to run really, really, really hard, then look back for the football, and the quarterback's going to lay it over your outside shoulder.
Well, both offenses struggling here in this third quarter, so here's a big play, 3rd and 4. Williams going to run quarterback draw, and he's drugged down. Great play right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Gabriel Barnes, linebacker out of Pasco High School in Florida. And Williams is a big quarterback, 6'3", 210, not an easy guy to bring down. And right there, Barnes made it look pretty darn easy.
He committed himself to making that tackle. He was going to grab shoulder pads, jersey, pants, leg, shoestring, whatever it took. He was committed to make that tackle, and he did a wonderful job.
So now Logan Ort will punt. Tyron Goodley, Jamichael McGoy back deep. It is a punt that's angled towards the sideline, and it will be downed at around the 35-yard line by Team West. Down to kill it was Jake St. Andre, the linebacker we had on just a moment ago with Jada downstairs. It'll be Team East football, 2:42 remaining third quarter. And the East still with its same lead that it had at halftime, 19-17 over Team West. Alongside Jesse Hawley, I'm Ryan Castle. Pleased to be with you on this MLK Day 2021. Whether you're accessing this broadcast the week of the game or much later perhaps, we're happy to have you with us. And here is a drop back, and the quarterback, Seth Smith, does not see the player coming off of the edge, Robert Cox out of Woodland Park High School in Colorado, who puts the wood down on Seth Smith. A big loss on that play and a bigger hit by Robert Cox.
Absolutely. That left tackle got beat around the end, and all you could do is say, watch out, watch out, watch out, and help your quarterback up after that.
And Robert Cox, the left defensive end, nearly drawn off sides there. He wanted another one. That's Smith with the hard count, and now we'll reset. 2nd down and 17. Smith in the gun, will turn and he'll hand off to Jason Howard, and Howard will be spun down up at the 34-yard line, just short of the original line of scrimmage, and it will set up 3rd down and long. Howard has been a serviceable back for Team East in this game out of Graham High School in Ohio.
See, it's hits like that that I'm so thankful I never played quarterback before. Man, I felt that up here, and I'm over 100 yards away.
Well, in a lot of ways, the game is getting safer for the quarterbacks. Not on a play like that. At this point, if you want to play football and be totally safe, I guess kicker. That'd be all right. Maybe long snapper. Everything else, put on your chin strap. Deep throw left side by Smith, and going up for...
Who's that? Who's that? Johnny on the spot, baby.
What a play.
Johnny on the spot. I'm telling you, my boy Johnny's going to get one before the game is over. He nearly got one right there. They're going to stop testing my guy, Johnny, man.
Great play defensively by Breeden. 5'9", 170 out of Frisco Memorial High School here in Texas. And he was part of a new program there in Frisco. If you've never heard of Frisco, it's one of the fastest growing suburbs in America. There's a fair catch called for and made by Elijah Reed. And again, we've said it a lot today, but the West with horrible starting field position, they're at their 15-yard line. Frisco now up to, I believe, 10 high schools here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Memorial is one of the newest ones. They just graduated, or actually will graduate, their first senior class in 2021. Johnny Breeden will be a part of that class, but it was a football team that really struggled in their first 2 seasons of varsity play. They did not win a lot of games. But Johnny Breeden is out here to play today at AT&T Stadium.
Just imagine, and we're locally here in the DFW area. Think about that. We're talking about 10, and we're not talking about 1A or 2A level high schools.
Oh, no, these are 5A high schools.
We're talking about 5A high schools, and there's 10 in a, what'd you say, 10 to 20 mile radius?
Yeah.
Maybe less than that.
Yeah.
That there's that much talent in a 10 to 20 mile radius where you can fit 10 5A high schools in one city. That is remarkable. Just imagine if that was scaled down to 2 or 3. Kind of like how Allen is. You know, Allen's like the only high school there, and they got, it seems like a university.
Yeah, 72,000 students at one school. Not really, but it's kind of what it feels like.
It's like 7.
Yeah.
It's like 7,000 students there in Allen.
Yeah. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 coming up, and it's going to happen in the 4th quarter. That's the end of the 3rd here at AT&T Stadium. A scoreless quarter here in the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. The defenses really showed out in that 3rd quarter. We go to the 4th with the East leading the West, 19-17. Here on the Impact Football Network, it's the class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. We'll be back to AT&T Stadium after this.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Getting ready to start the 4th quarter here at AT&T Stadium, but before we do, let's go downstairs to Jada T.
I'm here with Tyler Strain. So we know that you were at the All-American Combine back in June, and then you got invited here to play at the Blue-Gray game. Tell us how that feels.
Man, it feels amazing to me because, you know, I'm from Texas, you know, Fort Hood, and I always grew up loving Dallas, and just to even be in the stadium, it means a lot to me.
So we know you committed to Illinois. How does it feel, and what made you come to that decision?
Man, it's still like surprising to me that I'm going there, but at the same time, you know, I still got to go there and work my ass off. I still got to go there and work hard and show them what I can do. Yeah.
So what is your biggest takeaway, and what are you going to take here and go to the next level with after today?
Man, these coaches, they teach me a lot, and they real cool, man. I love them already. Just having them just 2 days, and I really like them.
Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and take it back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Jada. You have to appreciate the passion there from Tyler Strain. Headed to play for Brett Bielema, the new head football coach for the Fighting Illini. And Tyler Strain going to be a good defensive back for that Fighting Illini team there in the Big Ten. Here's the punt by Team West. It's a good one. It's muffed. It's on the field, and it's recovered by Team East. Oh, that is fortunate. That was Tyron Goodley who muffed that punt and fortunately recovered for Team East's sake. And they're going to have good starting field position after it's all said and done, starting just at the bottom of the star at the 49-yard line. So Brett Bielema, the former Wisconsin and Arkansas coach, hired by Illinois after Lovie Smith was let go after 5 seasons. Michael Rush back in there as the quarterback. Michael Rich with the pass, and it's caught for a first down just in front of the Team East bench. Pass is caught by Jacob Bowles, his first catch of the game out of Adamsville High School in Tennessee. And a first down to the Team West 39-yard line. That's a good start to the drive.
I like the way this kid Rich throws the ball. When you see him throw the ball, you hear this term, it jumps off out of his hand. And when he throws it, it has this pop. It has this pop to it that when it releases it, it gets there with a little velocity. He has touch to it. He has good motion to it. So, I want to see this kid get the rhythm. I want to see him let the ball go a little bit.
And Jacob Bowles made another catch. This time, though, is going to be brought down for a loss. Loss of 1 makes it 2nd down and 11. We're just underway in the 4th quarter. Team East with the ball and a 19-17 lead. Started this drive at their own 49-yard line. Still with 10 on the play clock as they get set. Rich in the gun, turns, hands off, and it's Kevin May slipping out of a couple of would-be arm tackles. And May, out of St. Joseph High School in Mississippi, gets to the 36-yard line, gains 5, sets up a 3rd down and 7 to go. Well, here's a big play for Team East. You're in sort of that area of the field where, depending on what happens here, you may have the opportunity to make this 4-down territory. 3rd and 7. Rich is going to go deep down the right sideline, and that pass is off of the fingertips of the intended receiver, Joseph Carter, who's being looked at by several Florida schools. He's out of University Christian High School in Florida, and had a step on the defender there. That pass was good enough to be caught. Maybe a little too far out in front, but
you see what I mean? When he throws the ball,
yeah,
it has this, I don't know.
It's effortless.
It's effortless. And it has this pop to it that when he lets the ball go. And to your point, you're absolutely right. They're going for it right here. Team East is going for it on 4th down.
I like the call. They're at the 36-yard line. They need to get to the 29. Oh, and they just had a false start. No timeout was called. Timeout called before the penalty. That's their first charge timeout of the half.
I'm telling you, Rich, if you're going to go for it right here, stay away from my guy Johnny on the spot. You tried him one time and you almost got him, but I'm telling you, if you come back to the wide side of the field, my guy Johnny, man, Johnny's going to pick one of these things off. The yellow shoes, the yellow gloves, he's going to pick one of these bad boys off. Don't go to his side. No fly zone over there for my guy Johnny on the spot.
He is quite a talented defensive back, such a nose for the football, and is opening some eyes here today at AT&T Stadium. And, we talked about him playing in the Frisco ISD. He's had a chance to play at some really nice stadiums in his time as a high school athlete. They're at Toyota Stadium, the home of FC Dallas in Frisco, and then also at the Star, which, of course, is the practice facility for the Dallas Cowboys. And they host Frisco ISD games during the high school football season as well. 4th down and 7. Rich back to throw, has some pressure, and is going to throw it back to the middle of the field. That pass is caught for a first down. My goodness, Woodrow Rizak came back to the football and made a catch for a first down, and it almost appeared like Rich was just throwing that downfield. possibly to be intercepted. I don't really know, but look at this as he just pirouettes around and then finds Rizak for the first down.
And Rizak caught it with his thighs. The ball slipped through and he had to catch it in his thighs on the way down. Talking about a little bit of improvisation by Rich and Rizak right there. Those are the plays sometimes that you need. They looked a little bit of Patrick Mahomes-ish right there. Spin around, run around, twirl around. Oh, yeah, I'll just throw it for a 15-yard first down.
And he's going to go to the end zone here, and that's intercepted. Intercepted inside the 5-yard line, picked off by Donovan Adkins. And that was intended for Rizak in the end zone. As we take a look at it again, just a little underthrown, maybe thrown behind Rizak. And a great job by Adkins to get his head turned around and get a big interception right there to end the drive.
The West coaches are fighting for and saying that the impetus of the ball took him into the end zone. It should be a touchback. And the ref said, well, not so fast, Team West.
We know the narrative here. You're supposed to start deep.
Yeah, exactly. So, on cue, Team West will get the turnover, and they'll start from their own 2-yard line.
And A.J. Skaggs gets the pleasure of trying to lead them 98 yards down the field. Standing at the bottom of the W, hands off. And it's Connor Weiss with the carry out to the 5-yard line to give them some breathing room.
Number 4, Connor Wise on the carry, second down.
Tell you what, that was a cutback by Weiss and looked like he had a little bit of a crease. And it closed quickly on him. The tackle made just across the 5. Second down and 6 coming up. Team West will spread it out here. Slot to the left, 2 running backs. And they're going to go deep. Skaggs down the near sideline and backpedaling to try to make the catch was Elijah Reed, the receiver out of Jones High School in Oklahoma. Lots of contact between him and Tyron Goodley, who was back in coverage. No penalty flag, and it's 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, I'm not one here to question the refs because I know it's a tough job that they have to do. They're trying to run and pay attention at the same time, but that looked like a little bit too much contact to me way down the field. But nonetheless, no penalty call on that play.
Big chance for Team East here to get off the field. Skaggs back to throw. They pick up the pressure. He throws out left, and that is caught for a first down. Reed coming back to the ball, made the catch in front of Tucker Johnson for a first down.
It's a good route, good throw, coming back to the football. Young people, always remember when you have routes like this and it's 3rd down, you got to get past the sticks because most good receivers, when the ball is in the air, they come back to the football. And you don't want to leave yourself short coming back to the football. So you got to get past the sticks and come back down to the sticks for the first down. And you saw that right there on that last play. First down for Team West as they keep their drive alive.
And that's a great job by Reed. And it gives them some breathing room now to continue this drive. It started at their own 2. Skaggs back to throw. Will step up. He'll run it. He'll have room. He's at the 20, the 30. Outside the numbers to the 40. Nice run, A.J. Skaggs. Didn't stay in that pocket long, saw the room to run and took it. And has a first down run for Team West.
That's great vision by the quarterback. When you're looking at this team, they were man-to-man that last play. All the defensive backs' eyes are turned. Their backs are to the quarterback, defending the receiver down the field. He saw an opening on the left-hand side, tucked the ball, ran, large gain, huge gain for Team West, and they're methodically moving the ball down the field.
They're at the 39-yard line now. That was a 23-yard carry by A.J. Skaggs, the quarterback. And they're going to hand off here to Ethan Heitch, and Heitch will get back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, no, he won't. He'll be tackled in the backfield, back at the 38-yard line. And a nice tackle made on that play by Team East. Coming in to finish him off was number 90, Brock Bridges. And so it'll be 2nd down and 11 now. 11:20 to play here in the 4th quarter. We have the same score that we had at halftime as the defenses have clamped down in this second half. Skaggs back to throw 5 steps out to the right. Look at that catch by Elijah Reed with the arms way off of his body right there, able to haul it in.
Wow, that's a good catch. That right there, that's a big league catch right there. Going away from his body, ball thrown behind him. He reaches back, uses his hands. A lot of times you don't even see that with a lot of these young wide receivers. They do a lot of body catching. But Reed right there showing the ability to reach back and use his hands, strong hands, haul the ball in, continue to move the ball down the field. Another first down for Team West.
There's no question that that catch was all hands right there from Elijah Reed. Skaggs again will throw. This time he's going to go deep down the right side, and that is an over-the-shoulder catch inside the 25-yard line. Ball is caught by Peyton Oney, a receiver out of Fruita Monument High School in Colorado, and did a nice job to get his body turned around to make the catch.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than be good. They had 2 guys literally in the same area, and it came up with a completion.
There was a lot of traffic around that pass, and Oney did a good job to keep his concentration. Got turned around just in the nick of time to make a big catch for Team West as they try to retake the lead. They are in field goal range now. Brinson Sumner hit a 49-yarder earlier.
And don't forget, this drive started on the 2-yard line, the minus 2-yard line.
Skaggs again to pass, going to go to the end zone, and that's overthrown and incomplete. The sun now starting to creep into the building, and that's playing a little bit of a factor, that ball thrown around where that sun is beaming down onto the field. And the incompletion will set up 2nd down and 10. That pass intended for Dutch Driggs, who had 2 catches in the first half.
2nd down.
So A.J. Skaggs, who has 1 touchdown pass already today, that was on a big play in the first half to Jake Trice, a 72-yard catch. Looking to give his team the lead here in the 4th quarter. He's in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Heitch, who starts left, now turns right, and gains just 2. 3rd down coming up. And the tackle made in there by Team East's number 9, Mark Anthony Prescott, the linebacker at 220, headed to Princeton. So 3rd down and 9 coming up. We're under 10 minutes to play here in this 4th quarter. Driggs will be the slot to the left. They're going to motion the running back out of the backfield to be the H-back on the right. And Skaggs back to throw, and the pass out to the right is caught. Reed, and he'll walk out of bounds at around the 10-yard line. He's got another first down. He has been Mr. Reliable on this drive. Throw the ball anywhere near him, and it's a catch.
They found some rhythm between Skaggs and Reed. These 2 have found some rhythm on this drive. They've connected for about 3 or 4 times for big plays, moving the chains. Another first down for the West right here was between Skaggs and Reed. I mean, if it's working, I don't see why we don't go to it again.
Well, things get a little harder now down here inside the 10. Reed will be lined up wide to the right with safety help over the top. 1st and goal at the 10. Skaggs back to throw. Pressure comes off the edge. They set up the screen. That pass is caught. Diving to the end zone is Weiss, and he's going to be marked out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 2.5. Nice play call. You don't see the screen a lot down this deep on this end of the field, but a nice play call there by Team West, and the offensive coordinator, Seneca Wallace, gets them down to the 2. They're going to put Skaggs in the gun. This time Reed is at the top of the formation in single coverage. Snap, handoff, and Weiss will be brought down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So 3rd and goal coming up now, and we might get, well, I don't know. In a 2-point game, field goal gives you the lead. You maybe don't think about going for it on a 4th down. I always like when teams do that, but I guess if I have the opportunity to grab the lead, I probably take that opportunity. Team West hoping it's a moot point and that they can put it in here on 3rd down. White's the running back. Skaggs, he'll hand it off. White has some work to do, trying to get the edge. He does. He scores. Touchdown. What a run. Ethan Heights into the end zone, and the West is back in front.
Now, what's impressive about this entire drive, this drive started at the 2-yard line. And they drove the ball down the field 98 yards. And there had to be some plays that were made. Reed made a bunch of plays in the passing game, number 8 for Team West. And then they get down to the 2-yard line. And Ethan Height, that last play, you can say whatever you want. That was a play that he did all by himself.
There's no question.
Defensive lineman went in there to snap at the ball. He stepped on the guy, outran the rest of the guys, and then put his head down and dove for the touchdown. That's an impressive drive by Team West. That's a statement drive. You've been starting backed up all game long. All game long, you've been having to go to length of the field. And sometimes it's worked out for you. A lot of the time in this game, it has not. For you to be backed up to the 2-yard line after getting a turnover and then drive it 98 yards for a touchdown to take the lead in the 4th quarter, that is what we call a statement drive. That is that I'm telling the defense that we just punched you in the mouth. We just worked our way down the field, and that's a confidence builder for this team, for Team West. And your defense got an opportunity to rest. They got an opportunity to watch you work, to rest up, to make some adjustments. And now they get a chance to go out there on the field with rest, with the lead, with some rest, and they can now pin their ease back and go after the quarterback for Team East.
No question, a huge drive for Team West, orchestrated by A.J. Skaggs, by Elijah Reed, and then punctuated on the touchdown run by Ethan Height. And the ensuing kickoff will go over the head of Tyron Goodley out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now if you're Team East and Coach Ken Stills, offensive coordinator Rodney Beasley, how do you respond? You're down 5, 8.5 to play, and you're right, that is a drive right there by Team West that just punches you in the mouth. But there's still a lot of football left to be played and a chance for Team East to show what they're made of.
First down for the East.
They're going to have Jamichael McGoy on the field here as a receiver. He has the 94-yard touchdown on the game's first play back in the first quarter. This game was 7-0 East with 24 seconds gone by. The West has roared back. They've taken the lead a couple of times. Right now they lead at 24-19. And again, this same play, McGoy wants to throw this ball, it looks like. Instead, we'll just tuck it and run. And is going to gain just a couple. It really did look like McGoy wanted to rear back and throw that ball down the field, but they had it covered well, did Team West.
Team West said, you got me once. You even got me twice. You wouldn't get me 3 times on this one.
And it's a gain of just a yard. So really well played there by the West team. 2nd down and 9. And they're going to hand off, and at quarterback right now is Colt Fussell, and it's a good run around the right side, and it's the running back still on his feet inside the other 40-yard line, Nice run by Devin Mockabee. Sort of the first time he's had a chance to get loose as a running back, and right there he makes it pay off with a big run. The Navy signee.
Absolutely, that's a huge run. That's a huge run. You flip the field, you're now in opponent's territory, and they got 12 guys on the field for defense.
And they're going to hand off again to Mockabee. Mockabee will gain 6 to the 33-yard line, and he did that with 12 gray jerseys on the field. That is not allowed, and it'll be a penalty against Team West here
it's
in
one
just a
thing
minute.
to sub late, coach. You know, sub late, make it a DB, a linebacker, somebody that got a little bit of speed. Don't sub late with the big boys. You know, you got
you're putting them in a position to fail there.
Man. You got the big greasies running off the field, and they got to go left to the sideline to sideline is 53 to third. So you talk about them having to run 40 yards before the ball is snapped. You put them in a very tough situation, and now they're tired because they had to run off the field.
1st and 5 after the penalty. Handoff, nice hole. Broke a tackle at the 20. Sauerwein with the carry inside the 15. Tate Sauerwein from Lake Holcomb High School in Wisconsin with a first down carry inside the West 15-yard line. Well, his first carry of the game. And it pays off for Team East as Coach Ken Stills and his team looks to respond here and retake the lead. 7:48 to play in the game.
A big run right there by Team East. They might have got away with a little holding at the left tackle position. Refs didn't see it. I guess it's only holding if they actually call it, right?
About to say, then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Fussell with the play fake. Rolls to his right, throws out, and had a man open, but thrown it down at his ankles. Jace Yurdy, the intended receiver. 2nd and 10 coming up, and a big miss right there by Colt Fussell.
Sprint right option right there. You had the tight end, Yurdy. You had him wide open in the flat. Ran a little bit of a pick play. Make his guy have to bubble over the top or go underneath, and he had the leverage. Fussell just has to put it on him, and he probably walks into the end zone for a touchdown.
And they're going to hand off. Mockabee behind the right guard. Running
Fumble.
strong. Lost the
Ball's
ball.
down.
Inside the 5-yard line. The West recovers. Brought out of there by Donovan Atkins, who had an interception earlier. Give him a fumble recovery here. And that's a huge play. Team West stands up tall inside the red zone, and they get the takeaway.
It looked like it was called by number 19 or number 18, Alex Nelson. He came in, laid a serious hit. He put his head right there on the football.
Jesse, you'll never believe it. Team West is starting at their 3. They just started at the 2, went 98 yards for a touchdown to take the lead. Now they start at their 3, and it's A.J. Skaggs again. He's going to hand off on first down. This is Ty Collins. Collins spins out of a couple of would-be tackles. He's still running. Collins at the 30, and is going to be brought down from behind at the 40-yard line. Tyler Strain had the speed to come get him, but a big run by Ty Collins to get him off the 3-yard line, and he's out to about the 40 when we have an injured player down on the field. And right now, let's send it downstairs to Jada Teague.
All right, I'm here with Ty Marsh. So we know that you were recently committed to Houston, but now you've opened up your recruitment. Walk us through that process, and what are you looking at now?
I'm not really looking at like team specific. Like I'm just talking to coaches, seeing how it go. It was just a harsh move to make, but I just wanted to see like open up and see where I can go. And Christmas.
All right, so you were here on Friday and you won the state title for your school. Tell us about how it was playing here on Friday and as well as today.
Well, like on Friday, I was tired and I was like, dang. I said, well, I get to go home now, but then I was like, oh, the little All-American game was coming up. So, like, I was trying to get as much rest as possible for the game today.
And what's it feel like being coached by these former NFL players?
They give you like a lot of tips and a lot of like little key tricks you can do to get your way on the field. And I tried to make sure I soak that in as much as possible so I can take it to the next level.
Thank you so much, Ty. We'll go ahead and take it up to you guys.
Ty Marsh, 3-star, uncommitted, as Jada asked him about, formerly committed to the University of Houston, has opened his recruiting back up, but a special talent out of Denton Ryan High School, one of several guys who will end up signing to play at the major college football level, the Football Bowl subdivision next season from Denton Ryan High School. Billy Bowman, one of their receivers, is going to Oklahoma. And yeah, that's a pretty exciting weekend for Ty Marsh. You win the state championship game here on Friday, a 59-14 win over Cedar Park. You win Defensive Most Valuable Player in that game with an interception and a fumble recovery. And then the next 2 days, you go and at least attend practice. I'm not sure how much he actually practiced on Saturday and Sunday. There's a fumble. Team West coughs it up, and the East has recovered. Well, both teams have struggled this afternoon with turnovers, and the latest one is a big one. C.J. Latour with the fumble recovery for Team East. And now Ken Stills' team, down by 5, will start at the West 39-yard line.
Just when you thought things were going in the right direction, the ball's turned over again. And when you're trying to close games out, especially in the fourth quarter, you know, I used to play for a coach, and he's always say the ball, the ball, the ball, the ball. And that's the most important thing on the football field is the ball. You can't start a play without it. Play doesn't go on without it. Doesn't stop without. Like, everything is centered around the ball. And your number one priority is to protect it at all costs. And we've seen the ball come out a lot today during this football game.
Here's a good run by Sauerwein. They started that play on the right hash. Sauerwein runs it all the way to the sideline on the left. And in the process, a holding penalty here against Team East. And that is a killer. On the first play of the drive, you're down 5. You've got the ball starting at your opponent's 39-yard line with 6 minutes to play in the game. And a holding penalty is going to move you back 10 yards and put you off schedule.
Penalties, penalties, penalties. I mean, it is, you talk about coaches who have gray hairs or no hairs, a lot of it is because of penalties like that. You get a positive run, you just got to turn over, you're trying to get your team in a position to score, and on the first play, you get a holding penalty from a receiver at worst.
Here's a throw down the right side, and that is incomplete.
Listen, someone's going to listen to me today. You stop throwing the ball at my guy Johnny on the spot. It should have been offensive pass interference.
Yes, it should have.
Johnny is going to get him an interception. You guys keep trying him, and he keeps coming up with big play after big play after big play. Leave Johnny alone.
Yeah, that was a pretty big missed call there by the officials. In fact, the receiver for Team East, Joseph Carter, I think intentionally tried to commit a penalty to keep Breeden from making that interception. Somehow it went uncalled, and so it'll remain second down and 16. That previous holding penalty was a spot foul, so just a 6-yard penalty. Now a toss to the right for Kevin May, and May is going to bring it inside the 45. It's going to bring up third down. It's going to be third down and 15 coming up. That was a gain of 1 for Kevin May.
I know as announcers we have to be, non-biased, and we can't pick favorites. I'm sorry. Johnny's my guy, all right?
Don't apologize.
This is my guy. I'm on Team Johnny. I'm on Team Johnny. I'm all for the gold or yellow cleats and gloves.
And
I'm all for it.
Here's a very interesting play by Team East. I don't know if this is intentional or just totally broken. Either way, it's not going to go for much. The pass was complete to Kevin May, but He didn't even make it back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, I don't know what that play was, but probably.
I see a trash can down there that it should go in.
That'll probably be a call that we don't want to see anymore. We're going to scrap that one out of the playbook.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to maybe set up a little misdirection screen to the opposite side of the field.
But
and
no one moved.
There were about 7 people that weren't aware of that. 4th and 11, and they're going to have to go for it down 5. Snap back, and a throw out to the right, and that's Breeden.
Listen. Okay. Leave Johnny alone. We got to leave Johnny alone. Johnny, you got to. Oh, Johnny. Johnny, be good. Go, Johnny. Go.
Now,
Johnny, go.
You have completely buried the lead here, Jesse, because the pass was caught
Was
for
it
a first
caught?
down.
He missed it?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't know I thought he deflected it.
No,
It went right through his hands.
Joseph Carter caught it, went right through his hands, Breeden's hands, right to Carter for a first down on 4th and 11.
Johnny.
You are so anxious to have this prediction come true.
Johnny, he should have had 3 already. He should have had 3. That should have been a pick 6.
I agree. I don't know how it went right through him, but
I thought the ball went through his hands and out of bounds. Wow.
So on first down, it's an 8-yard gain. Team East, with 3:30 to play, down by 5, has 2nd and 2 at the West 21-yard line, and they're going to get a first down here on the carry behind the right guard of Tate Sauerwein. That'll move the chains to the 14-yard line. And Sauerwein is pumped up here. 5'10", 205 out of Lake Holcomb High School in Wisconsin.
I just knew Johnny deflected that one out. He should have intercepted that one. How did he not get that one? That was it. That was the play.
Yeah, I'm not sure you get any better than that right there. Any better opportunity for a pick there.
Perfect read steps. Saw the ball, broke on the ball perfectly. Like he was supposed to be high stepping down Dion style down the sideline with that one and making my prediction come through.
You're brokenhearted.
I am. Because that might have been my last opportunity to get Johnny an interception.
A shaken up player on the field for Team West, number 18, Alex Nelson, who had a forced fumble earlier in this game out of the Classical Academy in Colorado. And he's headed back over here towards the near sideline. So the teams will go back to play, 1st and 10. Team East with the ball at the West 14-yard line. The West holding on right now to a 24-19 lead. But we're running out of time in this 4th quarter. Coming upon 3 minutes to play. High snap, Smith takes it down, hands it to Sauerwein. Behind left tackle, he'll carry it inside the 5. Should be good enough for another first down for Team East. If not, it'll be 2nd down and very short. Looks like they are going to mark him just short, as the tackle was provided by Ren Renfro, who just held on for dear life to keep Sauerwein out of the end zone. If you're Team West, you almost want them to score here. We'll see what happens on 2nd and 1. Smith in the shotgun. Has May and Sauerwein as his running backs. Snap, handoff Kevin May. Stutter steps through the line, and he is in for the touchdown. And Team East is back in front now with 2:12 to play here in the 4th quarter. The extra point would make it a 2-point game. That's a big drive coming after the turnover.
Did you go for 2 points right here to make it a 3-point game, or you kick the field goal? What do the analytics say?
Well,
the book says go for 2, right?
I don't know what 1 point does for you. You're still in the same spot that a field goal could beat you. I think you go for 2 here.
I think you do too.
Timeout is going to be called by the East. They're going to think about it. We're going to step aside with 2:12 to play in the fourth quarter. A 1-point lead for the East, and the point after try coming up right after this.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever with 400 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing and plenty of room for crew and cargo. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
Well, what a game today at AT&T Stadium. Our second of 4 class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowls has been exciting since the very first snap of the football. And Kevin May has just put his team back in front with a short touchdown run, and now Team East will go for 2. Again, it will be Seth Smith in the quarterback position with Kevin May and Tate Sauerwein. Smith going to run quarterback draw and lowers his shoulder into the line and is going to be brought down well short of the goal line. So that's a big play right there with 2:12 to go in the fourth quarter. 3 timeouts left for Team West. A field goal would win it, and we have already seen Brinson Sumner nail a 49-yarder. So you're talking about needing to get somewhere in the 30 to 33-yard area in order to give him a chance to possibly win the game.
That last call is a head scratcher to me.
On the 2-point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got Sauerwein and you got May, and they have been running the ball effectively all game long, 4, 5, 6 yards a clip every single time they touched it. And then you go away from them for a quarterback draw from a guy who hasn't been able to effectively run the football all day from the quarterback position. I just think sometimes in moments like that, just don't trick yourself.
Yeah.
Go what's been working for you and allow the people who actually run the football find holes, pick holes, and break tackles. You got it. That entire drive is what you did. You had some passes here and there, but you had runs. Whether it was from Sauerwein or from May, you had those runs coming from those backs all game long. Don't get down here and get cute and try to do something different when you had success with one of those 2 guys.
And not to over-criticize Ken Stills or Rodney Beasley on the play call, and this comment doesn't necessarily apply to them at all, but it's frightening to see how many coaches' decisions are poor ones only because they go away from what has been working. As the return by Reed is stopped at the 20-yard line, Joseph Carter, who had the big catch to continue the drive on 4th down for Team East just a moment ago, made that tackle on special teams, and there is a penalty flag down at the 31-yard line.
Take a wild guess what Team West will start with the ball.
It's not going to be good, although, relatively speaking for them, it might actually be fantastic. They've started the last 2 drives inside their 5-yard line. Now, one of them was a 98-yard touchdown drive. The other one was looking promising until they fumbled up at their 40. And that allowed Team East to turn around and go in for the go-ahead touchdown. They're going to start at their own 10. Unbelievable how bad their field position to start drives has been today.
Reminds me of the Dallas Cowboys.
I mean, the fact that they're in the ball game right now,
you're right,
is incredible.
Well, the chance to go win the game right here.
2:05 and 3 timeouts, and Skaggs back to throw. He's going to go deep out to the right on 1st down, and who else? Elijah Reed comes back to the ball to make the catch. A 1st down across the 25-yard line.
First down, West.
They'll stop the clock momentarily to move the chains. When they reset, it'll be 1st down for Team West at the 27.
Penalty flag down, false start.
Wow. Well,
formation.
That's huge. It's hard to blame the illegal formation on anything else other than the short amount of practice time. But that's just a really tough penalty.
As a receiver, because it was on the receiver, when you look down and you see another guy on the line of scrimmage, you got to get off. Someone has to get off the ball.
Yeah.
And when you don't.
So that wipes off what would have been a 17-yard completion and a great start to this drive. Instead, 25 seconds have come off the clock, and Team West has moved
right
backwards.
back to Reed again.
They're going to go to the left side to Reed. He's going to try to get outside the numbers, and he will, and he'll go out of bounds to stop the clock at the 17-yard line. Nice play, 12 yards, stops the clock with 1:28. 2nd and 4 coming up.
I know we're in the All-Star game, and it's about everyone getting a chance to play and everyone getting a chance and opportunity, but we're in winning time right now. And the one thing that's been good for Team West is Reed, stags to Reed all day long. If I'm Coach Wallace, I'm trying to find ways to get Reed the ball all the way down the field.
1:28, still 3 timeouts. 2nd and 4. Pressure comes. Skaggs lets it loose down the left sideline, and that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Aiden Adams, defensive back out of Bryant, Alabama. And that might be the nail in the coffin for Team West here today at AT&T Stadium. Their 4th turnover of the game.
You had what you wanted. You had single high safety, you had man-to-man on the outside. The ball just was thrown short and inside, and the DB did a great job with getting his head around, locating the football, and making probably the biggest defensive play of the game for his team with the game-sealing, game-tying interception.
That's a huge play, and it means that the East will pretty much have to get one first down
yep,
to win the game. Team West has 3 timeouts. They can stop the clock 3 times. Michael Rich will be the quarterback for the East team. And as you would expect, he'll hand off on first down to Tate Sauerwein. And Sauerwein will gain 2.5. Timeout immediately called by Team West with 1:13 left. Well, this has been such an entertaining game, back and forth all afternoon long. And it looks like it'll be Team East certainly in the driver's seat at this point in time, up 25-24 with 1:13 left. And just a reminder that we will have 2 more of these games for you later on this year. In fact, one of them will be next week, right back here at AT&T Stadium next Monday afternoon. And that game will be available on demand on the Impact Football Network 24 to 48 hours after the game is over. And then May 24th at 1 o'clock here at AT&T Stadium will be our final class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl. So we hope you can tune in for both of those games that are sure to entertain just as this one has. Rich in the gun, Sauerwein the running back. They hand off to him. He slips out of a tackle and is upended head over heels by Donovan Adkins, who has an interception and a fumble recovery in this game. And you see the tackle there by Adkins. Emphatically done. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. Timeout called by Team West. And right here is your ball game with 1:02 to play. Team West can stop it one more time, and they have to get a stop here on 3rd down. And even then, Jesse, you would think, depending on what happens here on 3rd down, if they don't have anything negative happen, I think I go for it on 4th down and try to win the game. But we'll have
a little Andy Reid in you, huh? A little Eric Bieniemy in you.
Well, I mean, a field goal, certainly means that Team West would have to get a touchdown. So obviously that is a positive. But
the
you're
biggest
talking
thing
about a
is-
50-yard field goal at this point.
The biggest thing is, you know, and we talked about it earlier, you don't want to get cute here, right? I'm going to try to get it with running the football and make them burn their last timeout. Don't throw the ball here with the potential of an incomplete pass and then.
Now, Team West nearly drawn off sides to give Team East an automatic first down. They were able to get back out of the neutral zone. Team East hoping the conversation about fourth down is a moot point. 3rd and 3. Handoff Sauerwein, and he will be brought down short of
Great
the 30.
tackle.
That is a wonderful open field tackle made by Jake St. Andre, who the coaches have just been raving about this week in Arlington. Final timeout called by the West. 56 seconds remaining. The West is now out of timeouts. It's 4th down and 1, and now the very conversation you and I were just having a moment ago is being had amongst Ken Stills and Rodney Beasley downstairs.
Now, if I'm coaching defense for Team West, here's what I'm saying. I'm selling out defensively. They're not going to run this first down on me. I have enough confidence in my guy Johnny on the spot to D up man-to-man on the outside, and we'll live with anything in the air. But I'm selling out, and I'm committing all the guys to around at the line of scrimmage defensively, and they're going to have to do something else but run the football on me. Now, I know that you can't blitz, but I'm still going to sell out and say, hey, we'll live with whatever the outcome is, but what we can't do is we can't allow them to run this football on us for a first down.
4th and a yard and a half. Kevin May trying to race to the outside has the first down. Team East is going to win the football game. How about that play from Kevin May? Took the handoff with a lot of work to do to get to the corner and was finally able to show the speed to get to the edge and turn up the field to get enough for the first down.
Great run. Great run.
Boy, a great game today here at AT&T Stadium. One of the best that we've ever had, and we've had some good ones over the years, including last year's overtime thriller. And Team East will take a knee. That'll do it. It's a final here today at AT&T Stadium with Ken Stills getting his 2nd win here in the class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowl games. He had a 36-17 win back in December, and he ekes one out here today, 25-24, the final. Jesse, final thoughts from this one?
Fantastic game. Great game. I mean, these kids competed today, and that's what you want. You want to see guys come out here and compete from start to finish. I didn't see one play where guys were taking off. I didn't see guys without with poor attitudes. And I just want to commend all of these young men for their commitment to coming here, 2 days of practice, 3 hours apiece, and being able to absorb and soak in all the information. And you heard guys when they were down there with Jada, they would all say, man, just getting that knowledge and insight from these former NFL players, they all soaked that up, they all took that in. And you saw them use it out here in the football field. I wish nothing and I pray nothing but the best for each one of these young men, whether their journey takes them on to college football or on to the pros or wherever they're at in their next part of life. Kudos to them. This is fun, man. This was a fun game. This is one of the best ones I've been a part of.
Certainly a fun one to call and to be a part of here today. Exciting from start to finish here at AT&T Stadium as Team East defeats Team West 25-24, the final. And some guys in the running for most valuable player. That'll be talked about downstairs amongst the coaches and several other people who have input on that. But Donovan Atkins would certainly be in the running for Team West. He had an interception and a fumble recovery in this game. And then Seth Smith and Michael Rich both played well at the quarterback position for Team East.
Yeah, they both did. And like you said, these awards can go to a number of people I'm interested to see who they actually go to, but I like what I saw from my guy Johnny on the spot. He played well, man, was challenged a lot, and he came up big. You saw big runs on both sides of the ball. This was a well-played football game, man, and that's what you want to see in these All-Star games. You don't want to see it lopsided. You don't want to see it boring and off kilter. This was one of those competitive games that you love to watch, and you'll watch again.
So that'll do it for us here today at AT&T Stadium. Once again, the final. Team East knocks off Team West 25-24. For
Let's
Jesse
do it again
Holly,
next week.
I'm in.
All right,
I'll be
let's do
here.
it.
And then again in May, it'll be a beautiful thing as we're only halfway through now, these class of 2021 Blue-Gray All-American Bowls. So for Jesse Holly, Jada Teague, our entire Impact Football Network team, I'm Ryan Castle saying happy MLK Day so long from AT&T Stadium, and we'll talk to you again next week.